Superstocks for the South Island title. How awesome is it to have a South Island title here in Blenheim? Usually we see these South Island titles shared between Nelson and Christchurch. Of course, the rules sort of got changed a little bit. They sort of went, well, let's share it around. Let's take these titles to a few other tracks that don't usually get to see Superstock racing. And boy, oh boy, we are in for an absolute treat tonight with the Superstocks. Of course, we've got a couple of guys, couple of drivers fresh off winning the team's champs up in Palmerston North. James Fain and Jay Huggies Holford are here as well. So plenty to play for as we get these cars in. Our Superstock's going to come out for some hot laps. And then we'll get into our program. Our first race of the night will be the Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks. But of course, race 4 will see heat number 1 of the South Island title. Rightio, so here we go. They come off turns 3 and 4. About to get the green. Heat 1, Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks underway. And they're going to pass us here at the town. It looks like it will be the 79 of Court Higgins. Going to go right round the outside of everybody. Take the race lead. Oh, Scarlet Grey gets spun up. And oh, the 17 of Tate Carpenter had to avoid. 93 runs into him. 16 of Scarlet Grey trying to get fired up. And that will bring out a yellow, I think. Referee's just seeing if she can get fired up. Oh, and there she goes, she's fired up, so we'll carry on racing. It will be the 79 of Court Higgins from Aidan McKendrick. Go back to William Daniel. 19 of Amy Walker as Scarlet Grey rejoins. Then it looks like we'll go back to the 89 of Bella Stratford, the 85 of Sutton. Kobe Paris to the 97 as well, but here he comes past us here at the tower. This is the 79 of Court Higgins from Aidan McKendrick. Go back to William Daniel in the 26. Then it's going to be Amy Walker, Bella Stratford, Courtney Sutton. Go back to Kobe Paris as they work their way through. And to turns 3 and 4 they go. It is still Court Higgins leading from Aidan McKendrick. But Aidan McKendrick coming under a bit of pressure now from William Daniel. Here comes William Daniel trying to make a move on Aidan McKendrick. Trying to get it done as he looks to go on the inside of him. Down the back they go now. Here we go, battle on for second place as well in here. William Daniel got the inside line, will take second place from Aidan McKendrick, but Aidan McKendrick's not done yet. He's going to come right back at him. They're going to go side by side past us here at the tower. So the battle for second and third still rages on. Amy Walker and Bella Stratford sitting here in 5th and 6th. Scarlet Grey down the lap. But as they work their way through, this is 79 of Court Higgins. Got a big lead on the rest of the pack now as they work their way through. It is William Daniel still sitting there in second. Aidan McKendrick sitting there in third, although Scarlet Grey is a lap down. And Aidan McKendrick just gives it a little bit of a push. Bit of push and shove going on there as they work their way through. But it is Court Higgins still leading at the moment from William Daniel. We go back to Aidan McKendrick, Amy Walker, Bella Stratford. Then it looks like it will be Kobe Paris. They work their way through. Big lead now on Court Higgins. He's leading this by a lot as they work their way through now. Oh, what's going on there? Eden Crawford had a bit of a moment. Just got it all squared up. Heads to the infield. But it is still William Daniel, Aidan McKendrick. Here we go, Amy Walker, Bella Stratford battling it out as well as they work their way down the back. Court Higgins ready to complete lap number 8. So a couple to go once he passes here at the tower. White flag won't be too far away for the 79 of Court Higgins. Then we go back to William Daniel, Aidan McKendrick. Here we go, Amy Walker, Bella Stratford. Here we go back to Kobe Paris. As it looks like the white flag's about to come out for the 79 of Court Higgins. So here we go. White flag's out, 1 to go for Court Higgins. Then we go back to William Daniel, Aidan McKendrick, Amy Walker, Bella Stratford. So the battle for that second and third spot probably not done yet as Kobe Paris has a wee look on the inside of Walker. As they work their way down the back they go now. but the race win is going to go the way of the 79 of Court Higgins. Then we're going to go back to the 26 car of William Daniels. Going to take second, I think he will. Aidan McKendrick, Kobe Paris takes fourth, Amy Walker, Bella Stratford take Carpenter, and Courtney Sutton and Gerard Island will come through, and Scarlett Gray. And that's how they're going to finish in heat number one of the Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks. And next race out will be heat one of the production rear-wheel drive. It is the round one of the South Island rear-wheel drive series. This is the first year they've ran a rear-wheel drive tri-series. Round one here in Blenheim tonight, next weekend in Ashburton, then round three in Greymouth. Of course, so this is a bit of a fun thing to do with the Production Saloons rear-wheel drive redemption as well. Front and rear best pairs. Each car from a front-wheel drive will be paired from a car with the rear-wheel drive decided by a marble draw. Of course, we do have the rear-wheel drive feature near the end of the night, sponsored by Wagon Wheel Racing. Fastest from the back. EG rear-wheel redemption winner starts last place. And of course, we can't do this without the series sponsors. Sponsoring the South Island rear-wheel drive tri-series, I'd like to thank Calmore Engineering, Ashburton, Port Hills Truck Centre in Christchurch, and the Do Duckin Bakery in Greymouth. And I'll tell you what, if you're in Greymouth and you want to go to a bakery, do go see the team at Do Duckin. Absolutely awesome pies and sausage rolls, and of course the old South Island cheese roll as well. You can't go wrong there. But rightio it is. Rear-wheel drive time for Production Saloons. And it looks like competing in this one will be the 14E of Sam Martin.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz. If motorsport is in your blood, then Speedway Garage Palmerston North and Wanganui is your home away from home. From Speedway trivia nights, car reveals and good dirt track banter, along with great food that has our famous steaks, roast of the day and classic pub meals, Speedway Garage is the place to be. We look forward to hosting you at one of our two locations, 528 Main Street Palmerston North or 45 Anzac Parade Wanganui. Don't forget to check out the Pits TV Garden Bar. See you at the finish line.
Paul Addock, yep. 28T of James Westerman is paired up with the 35E of Daniel Ham. And Jono Webb is also paired up with the 22 of Phil Taylor. And 22 of Phil Taylor is also paired up with the 72 of Liam Gray. So, because I've got an odd number. The 86C of Dave Phileas is paired up with Craig Gibbs in the 5E. And the 118C of Greg Rooney is paired up with the 999 of Dave Allen. So those are your front wheel drive and rear wheel best pairs. But right now it is heat one of the rear wheel drive South Island Tri-Series. Awesome to have them here. We've got 9 cars ready to do battle. And it looks like out in front, starting off the front, it is going to be, when they pass us here, looks like it will be Carmen Satterley. The 118 of Greg Rooney, 27 all the way from Greymouth, Tom Anderson. Sam Martin in there as well. So, and this rear-wheel drive series was won by James Westerman, the 28T, all the way from Cromwell last year. So here we go, heat one of the rear-wheel drive Tri-Series, about to go racing. And green flag at the ready, and we are racing. And it looks like straight away it is Greg Rooney. Here comes Dave Filius in the 86C, just working his way through. We go back to Carmen Salady at 28, all the way from Cromwell. That's James Westerman, but out in front, looks like it will be the 118 of Greg Rooney. Then we go back to Dave Filius. Then it looks like Carmen Salady as they get a bit squared up as they work their way through. But it is the 118C of Greg Rooney from Dave Filius. As Dave Filius looks like he's going to go round the outside. Does the job, gets out in front. So you race leader with the 86 of Dave Filius. Here comes James Westerman on the 17 of Carmen Salady as they work their way through. But it is Dave Filius. Passes here at the tower from the 118 of Greg Rooney. Go back to James Westerman. Then we go back to the 17 of Carmen Salady. Then it looks like it is going to be the battle between the 27 from Greymouth, Tom Anderson and Liam Gray. But it is Dave Filius leading at the moment from Greg Rooney. We go back to James Westerman, Carmen Salady. Then it looks like it will be Anderson and Gray. Then we go back to Martin as they work their way through. So down the back they go now. It's still Dave Filius leading from Rooney. The 28T, James Westerman, trying to have a look on the inside of Rooney. We go back to Carmen Salady. But it's Filius still leading. Rooney, Westerman. We go back to Carmen Salady. Then it looks like Liam. Then it'll be Liam Gray. Sam Martin's made his way up there into sixth spot as they work their way through. Here comes James Westerman. Made his way into second spot. So here we go. Current Tri-Series champion James Westerman. But it is Dave Filius leading from Westerman. Go back to Rooney, then Carmen Salady. Then it looks like the 75 of Liam Gray and Sam Martin having a battle as they work their way through. We've got 5 laps left to run in this one, but it is still Dave Filius leading at the moment from James Westerman. Go back to Greg Rooney, then Sam Martin and Carmen Salady as they work their way through. Down the back they go now, to 3 and 4 they go. It's still Dave Filius leading from James Westerman as they work their way past us here at the tower. Here we go, now side by side. Westerman's got his nose in front and he'll take the race lead from the 86 of Dave Filius. They rub panels as they work their way through. So down the back they go now. It is still going to be James Westerman, Dave Filius. Here comes Sam Martin into third from Greg Rooney. We go back to Carmen Salady as well. So pass us here at the tower. They complete another lap. White flag won't be too far away. But it is James Westerman from Dave Filius. Then we go back to Sam Martin, the 118 of Greg Rooney, Carmen Salady. Then we go back to the 72 of Liam Gray as the white flag comes out. 1 to go for the 28T of James Westerman. Then we go back to Dave Filius, Sam Martin. Then the battle's on now, Rooney and Carmen Salady as they work their way. Down the back they go now. Here comes Sam Martin having a look on the inside of Filius for that second spot. He gets the job done. Oh, Filius half a spin. Can he gather it up and save it as they work their way through? As James Westerman takes the race win from Sam Martin, Dave Filius in third. Then we go back to Greg Rooney, Carmen Salady, Liam Gray, Jono Webb, Matthew Cox, Keith Martin and Tom Anderson. That is how they finish in heat number 1 of the rear-wheel drive Tri-Series. Absolutely awesome racing from our production saloons from a rear-wheel drive. Well, James Westerman, absolutely awesome. The rear-wheel drive redemption won last year by James Westerman. So this is actually the first year to run a rear-wheel drive Tri-Series, which is absolutely awesome. But put your hands together all the way from Cromwell, the 28T of James Westerman taking out heat number 1 of the production saloon rear-wheel drive. Radio next up, it will be street stocks coming out for heat number 1. And then after the street stocks, we get into heat number 1 of the South Island Superstock title. But right now it is some street stock time. Good to see a good number of street stocks here. Because as I say, a few of them a bit worse for wear after last weekend's action in Nelson. So get the MTF water truck to spray a bit of water on as he makes his way out. So just wait for the water truck to go through, but it is the 821 of Bailey Briggs. Good to see him back out the 11 of Cody McCarrison. Had a bit of a rollover last weekend in Nelson in the runoff. Good to see the car back. The 4N of Jason Fox. The 621 will be Graham Johnson. The 15 of Jared Blanchard, and the 721 of Daniel Honey. That is your field. Bit of a small field of street stocks, only the 6 of them. But no doubt they'll still know how to put on a show here at Eastern States Speedway. Of course, next year, Eastern States Speedway will play host to the New Zealand Street Stock Grand Prix. So, absolutely awesome, of course, New Zealand's in Nelson for the street stocks. So, big season of street stock racing next season. But here we go, we got 6 of them to come out and have a bit of a bash around, no doubt. Maybe see a few bumpers used and a few other things. We'll wait and see what happens. But it is Bailey Briggs. He's got to line up off the front. The side beside him will be the 4 of Jason Fox, the 11 of Cody McCarrison. It's like the 15 of Jared Blanchard. As the rest all line up. Making sure they're all wheel to wheel. So here we go, heat 1 of the street stocks. About to go racing. Circuit, of course, is happy, and green flag ready to go, and straight away the 4 car. Jason Fox gets the jump, but then he'll get the jump as the 821 of Bailey Briggs already going to get the spin from Cody McCarrison. Cody just says, out me way, I'm coming through, as they work their way through, but it looks like it is Graham Johnson who's going to lead us through from the 11 of Cody McCarrison. As they work their way through, so it is Graham Johnson from Jason Fox. We go back to Cody McCarrison in the 11 car, then the 15 of Jared Blanchard, then it looks like the 721 of Daniel Honey, the 821 of Bailey Briggs, but it's Graham Johnson who leads it from Cody McCarrison, sitting there in second from the 4 of Jason Fox. As they work their way through, they pass us here and complete another lap. It is going to be the 621 of Graham Johnson from Cody McCarrison as Jason Fox goes all over the place, manages to gather it up, but he's got Jared Blanchard right in behind him as they work their way through. Now, Graham Johnson's gone a bit wide, and that has opened the door for Cody McCarrison to come through. So Cody will take the race lead. Former 2NZ takes the race lead from Graham Johnson. We go back to Jason Fox. Then we go back to Jared Blanchard, the 721 of Daniel Honey. Then we go back to the 821 of Bailey Briggs. So they work their way through. But it is going to be still Cody McCarrison leading from Graham Johnson. Then we go back to Jason Fox. Then Jared Blanchard. Then Daniel Honey. Bailey Briggs as well. So no change in the running order. Everyone just happily to circulate at the moment as they work their way through. But it is still Cody McCarrison in control of this one from the 621 of 621 of Johnson as we go red. Not too sure what the red is for. I think the referees have spotted something on the track. Looks like it's a bonnet. Oh, it's a bonnet pin. So someone's lost a bonnet pin. So hopefully the bonnet stays on. We've got 5 laps to go, so it should stay on. Not too sure who it is, but got our referees keeping an eye on it. It looks like it is the 4 of Jason Fox. He's lost his bonnet pin. I know he has. He's lost it. Is he? No, still got his pin in, I think. He'll just putting them back to where they should be. So someone's without a bonnet pin in this one. It's about to go racing again. And green about ready to go. Green flag's at the ready, and there we go. Back underway. Green flag at the ready. And it looks like it will be Cody McCarrison, who still in control of this one, although Graham Johnson's hard on his heels as they work their way through. But it is Cody McCarrison from Graham Johnson as we've got still on the green as they work their way through. So down the back they go now, into 3 and 4 they go. It is still going to be Cody McCarrison leading it from Graham Johnson. So they work their way through. Then it looks like Jason Fox as he gets past Bailey Briggs. They work their way through. Looks like we're having maybe some trouble with the lights here at Eastern States Speedway. Someone's parked in the wall. That's Bailey Briggs. But he's managed to fire up again. So they work their way through. White flag won't be too far away as they work their way past us here. And it is still Cody McCarrison leading. Oh, here we go. Bailey Briggs going to put the spin on Jared Blanchard. Half a spin. And Blanchard spins out in the end. So a bit of tap going on there as the white flag's out for Cody McCarrison. Oh, here we go. Another spin. That's Daniel Honey. Picks up Bailey Briggs. So the Metal Munchie Racing team are deciding let's go out and use the bumpers. And the race win is going to go the way of Cody McCarrison from Graham Johnson. I think second place, it is going to be Jason Fox. And the rest of the field to come through as, we're having some trouble with the old traffic lights. Here we go, they're working again. So they're just going to make sure the lights are working. Reeds are working because next up it is heat number 1 of the South Island, the 2025 South Island Superstock title. But put your hands together for Cody McCarrison taking out the heat 1 of the street stocks. But here we go, race fans. Heat 1 of the 2025 South Island Superstock title about to come out. This is going to be absolutely awesome to see a full field of Superstocks tearing around Eastern States Speedway. And while we do have some quiet, we do ask, please try and keep back from the fence as much as you can. These Superstocks are playing for keeps. There's a South Island title up for grabs. And we don't know what these boys are going to do. But this is heat number 1. All about trying to get points, finish this race, accumulate points over these first 2 heats and see where you sit in heat number 3. But the MTF water truck about to bring out some water. Spray some water on this track as we get set to go for the 2025 South Island Superstock title. This is going to be on for young and old. I can see it now. We've got some very, very fast Superstocks out there. Likes of the free NZ of Shane Harwood. 48 of Brett Nichols, watch out for him. 95 of Alex Hill from Nelson. James Payne in the 14 car, he'll be fast. The 59 of Jay Huggies Holpham, he'll be fast as well. A few others, so here we go. The rumble is coming. Here we go, heat number 1 of the South Island Superstock title. About to make their way out onto the track as they just wait for the water truck to go past. Here they go. Clerk of the course says out they come. And leading them out will be the 83 of Blake Hearn. The 44 car. All the way from Nelson, Christchurch. Making their way out. It is Oliver Sutton. 74 of Michael Oakley, 66 of Mick Eden, the 7 of Ian Clayworth, 919 of Troy Curry, the 153 of Robin Wilson, 59 of Jay Huggies Holpham, The 3 NZ of Shane Harwood. The 48 car of Brett Nichols. 95 of Alex Hill. The 48 will be from Christchurch. That will be Alan Officer. Then we go back to the 14 of James Fain. 621 of Troy Prendergast. 6 of Ben Taylor. 7 of Riley Evans. 91 of Happy Paul. 16 of Dakota Irwin Chicoid. And the 231 of Keelan Keith. That is your field for the 2025 South Island Superstock title race, fans. Get ready for this one. This is going to be absolutely electric over 3 heats. What is going to unfold? These first couple of heats, as I say, about accumulating points, trying to make your way up the grid, and then seeing where we sit. It's all about where you sit in that last heat. Who's up on points? Who's down on points? Who's going to play spoiler? Who's going to decide who wins and who doesn't? But we've got 19 Superstocks ready to do battle for the 2025 South Island Superstock title. And here we go. We're about to line them up. Kirk, of course, is lining them up. It is Blake Hearn from Oliver Sutton, Michael Oakley, and behind there, Mick Eden. Clayworth in there as well. Look for the likes of Brett Nichols. It's like Harwood's near the back of the grid, so he'll want to make his way up through the grid pretty quickly. James Fain near the back as well. Rightio, so it looks like we're going to let them go round again. So they're going to give them one more lap. Just making sure everything's all good. Got to make sure the track is good and everything is okay, because of course this is the South Island title up for grabs. Making sure everyone is happy. Seeing 19 of them about to do battle. Only one can be crowned South Island champion at the end of the 3 heats. Pit gate is shut. About to grid them up, ready to go. Wherever you're watching in the track, strap yourselves in. If you're watching at home, sit back and enjoy. As we have 19 Superstocks about to rip round Eastern States Speedway for the South Island title for 2025. Oh boy, I absolutely love Superstock racing. As it looks like the 48 of Alan Officer, looks like he wants 3 minutes. So he's going to park up at the gate. Of course, this is allowed. So what's going to happen is he'll park up at the gate. He'll wait for the call from the officials. Clerk of the course will have to go down there. We'll have to wait for the signal. All right, just got to wait. Say 3 minutes. Here we go. There goes 3 minute call. Here goes the bell. So they've got 3 minutes to try and sort out the problem. The 48 of Alan Officer. Crew's already down there. Of course, anyone else that wants 3 minutes, well, they can have 3 minutes now, but any time left, that's what it is. Rightio, they're okay. Just a quick adjustment maybe at the back. 48 of Alan Officer. So that was a really quick 3 minutes. So we'll get them gridded up, ready to go. 2 at the front, Blake Hearn and Oliver Sutton. Michael Oakley at the back as well. A few of the fast ones near the back, so watch them work their way through the field. Now we've got to sort out who sits where. Just making sure everyone's sorted. Looks like we're going to give him another lap, is it? So, rightio, so we're going to send them round again. As I say, we've got to make sure everything is fair and square, being a South Island title. So, looks like we're just getting things sorted. So, not too sure what the everyone's stopping. So, just trying to see what the delay is here. Oh, someone's, what do we got? We got a socket on the track, so someone, looks like we got a tool on the, we got a bit of tool on the track, so someone's obviously lost something. Oh, the 27 of Peter Field. Looks like he's calling it a race. So not the start for the 27 of Peter Field. So we're down to 18 of them. So here we go, as I say, Blake Hearn, and all of a sudden off the front. Looks like we got Michael Oakley and Mick Eden. As the rest of the field come through. So here we go, race fans. 18 Superstocks. About to do battle for the 2025 South Island Superstock title, heat number 1. Clerk of the course making sure they are all bumper to bumper where they should be. We got 19 cars. We did have 20. Peter Field sitting this one out. So here we go. Last cars are locking. Getting the last cars locked and loaded. Making sure they're bumper to bumper. So strap yourselves in. Here we go. Heat number 1. South Island Superstock title. Let's go racing! And they put the hammer down. Here comes the thunder of the Superstocks. They pile into turns 1 and 2. One's into the wall already. Mick Eden, we got one in the wall. Got Troy Curry and Mick Eden in the wall already. They're trying to get themselves out, and they do. So we'll carry on racing as they pile into turns 3 and 4. But it is all of a sudden, out of all that's got the race C from Blake Hearn. Here comes Jay Huggies. Holcomb. Then we go back to Brent Nichols. Here goes James Bain. Puts a hit on Nichols. Bumps him out the road, so here we go. Bumpers used early as they work their way through. Watch for the free end to make his way through. One's gone higher, that's Brent Nichols. He's gone backwards on a great rate of knots. As they work their way through, it's all of a sudden from Blake Hearn. Then we go back to Jay Huggies Holcomb. Then it's going to be Alex Hill. Oh, Brent Nichols, I think, is parked up there. And that could bring out a red as Blake Hearn goes wide, gives the wall a clip. Oh, here we go, Friends there coming under attack, but we go red. Oh, carnage on the opening laps of the South Island Superstock title. Oh boy, that is everything we wish for. That is Superstock racing. But Brent Nichols, oh, that is an absolute disaster for him. That might be his South Island title hopes dashed already in heat number 1. You don't get any points for a DNF, so that's 0. Michael Oakley with a flat outside tyre. So a flat tyre for Oakley. So we've lost Brent Nichols early. That's his title hopes gone. You would have to think. Oh, it makes it very hard from here. But now he has the opportunity to maybe play spoiler, because Ollie Sutton's in the lead from Jay Holcomb. Alex Hill in third. James Bain as the rumble gets started again. Here we go, about to get restarted. The heat 1 of the South Island Superstock title. Making sure everybody's okay. Referees are happy. Here we go. About to go racing again. Green, and away they go. They slam the hammer down. And away we go racing as 19 Superstocks thunder through Eastern States Speedway. but it is Ollie Sutton leading at the moment as the front pack comes through. So here we go. It is Ollie Sutton from Huggies Holcomb. We go back to Alex Hill. Then it's going to be James Bain. Dakota Irwin in there as well. Riley Evans, Blake Hearn, the Freaks here to Shane Harwood as they work their way through the turns. 3 and 4. Here we go. Alex Hill trying to make a move. Oh no, Ollie Sutton. There's James Bain in there as well. So use the bumpers to their feet as Alex Hill makes his way through. But here comes James Bain as well. Ollie Sutton in there as well. So they work their way through. Troy Curry slowed up, so let's see what he's going to do as Ollie Sutton gets a butt as Huggies Holcomb comes through as well. Oh, this is great Superstock racing at its very best. So you race leader's going to be Huggies Holcomb from James Bain. Then we go back to Alex Hill as they work their way through. Oh, Bain's gone wide. So is Huggies Holcomb, and Alex Hill goes through as well. So Alex Hill, your race leader from Ollie Sutton. Then it looks like we're going to go back to James Bain. But here we go, it's Alex Hill from Ollie Sutton. Then we go back to James Bain. Riley Evans in there as well. Huggies Holcomb, Jay Huggies Holcomb, as they work their way down the back they go now. So it's Alex Hill from Ollie Sutton. Here comes James Bain having a look on the inside of Sutton as they work their way through. They pass us here to town. They complete another lap. This is a 12-lap race. They work their way through. Ollie Sutton as we look on the inside of Bain. He makes his way into second spot. James Bain going to come back at Ollie Sutton. And this is only Heat 1 race, fans. They work their way through. It is Alex Hill, but he's got Troy Curry and behind him there, so he's got to watch. Is Troy Curry going to play block? Beats a run for now as they work their way through lap 9 or 12. Well, it's Alex Hill from Ollie Sutton. Then we go back to James Bain, Riley Evans, Jay Huggies Holcomb in there as well. Then we go back to the pre-ends here to Shane Harwood as they pass us here. Down the back they go, lap 10. White flag about to come out for the 95 of Alex Hill as they work their way through. Here we go, white flag coming out for the 95 of Alex Hill. James Bain with a bit of smoke coming out the car. He'll be happy to note it it's the white flag. Ollie Sutton in third. Then we go back to Riley Evans. Then it looks like it will be Dakota Shakur in fifth. Shane Harwood in sixth. They work their way through. Then they come up the turn. Heat 1 is going to go the way of Alex Hill. Here we go for second. It's James Bain, Ollie Sutton, Riley Evans. Then it's going to be Jay Huggies Holcomb coming through. Then it looks like Keelan Keep, Harwood in 8, Blake Hearn in 9, Ian Clayworth in 10. Oh boy, what an opening heat to the 2025 South Island Superstock title race, fans. Oh boy, we've still got 2 more heats to come, but that was entertaining. That is Superstock racing at its very, very best. Oh boy, what are we in for in the next 2? What a start to this title. Alex Hill won it a couple of years ago and one of the most entertaining last heats you'll see. Harwood finishing in 8th inside the top 10. That's going to help. A few flat tyres as well. But boy, oh boy, what a way to start this Superstock title. Oh, absolutely awesome racing. But here he is, Heat 1 winner, about to pick up the flag. They'll be wrapped with that at Hill Racing. Taking out Heat number 1 of the South Island title. Oh boy, what an opening heat. What a way to kick off the South Island title. As I say, still 2 more heats to go, by the way. Which makes it absolutely intense. Rightio, next race out, it will be heat number 1 for the front wheel drives for Production Saloons.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets, and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing. The right machinery and attention to detail is what it takes to produce precision engineering. At Phantom Engineering, they can do exactly that. Whether it's a race car or trailer build, or even alterations, through to anything you need built for the home, your work, or the farm. Come and chat to our team that will take the hassle away. The right gear, the right knowledge, and the right team. Phantom Engineering, 317 Waihola Highway, Melbourne, New Zealand.
If you break it, we can fix it. If you want it, we can build it at Phantom Engineering.
So drivers, watch for the lights, please.
As the lights are out, about to go racing. So it will be Richard Ross and Dave Allen off the front. As Heat 1 of the front wheel drives for Production Saloons. About to go racing, and green flag. And away we go, and it is Dave Allen who's going to lead us through from the 71 of Paul Haddock. Go back to the 55 of Richard Ross sitting there in third. Then we go back to Frank Burns, watch him work his way through the field. The 5 of Craig Gibbs. Then we go back to the 35 of Daniel Ham. But it is going to be the 71 of Paul Haddock who's got the race lead now from Dave Allen. Go back to Richard Ross. Then it looks like we're going to go back to Frank Burns, the 35 of Daniel Ham, as they work their way through. But here we go, Frank Burns going to make his way into third spot. So takes over third from the 55 of Richard Ross. So they work their way through. It is Paul Haddock, Dave Allen, and Frank Burns in third. From the 55 of Richard Ross, then we go back to Daniel Ham, the 5 of Craig Gibbs, the 22 of Phil Taylor. So they work their way down the back they go now. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. Allen goes a little bit wide. Don't want to do that too often. That opens the door for Frank Burns to come through. Give him a hit, give him a sniff, he'll take it as they work their way through. Still Paul Haddock from Dave Allen. But here we go, Frank Burns closing the gap hard on Dave Allen. And it looks like he's going to have a wee look on the inside for second. Allen goes wide, and there goes the opening. Frank Burns leads. Goes on the inside. And the second place will be Frank Burns now from Dave Allen. He'll chase down the 71 of Paul Haddock. Still got plenty of laps to go as they work their way down the back. They go now to 3 and 4. It is still Paul Haddock from Frank Burns. It looks like we go back to Dave Allen in third spot. Then Richard Ross in fourth. The 35 of Daniel Ham as they pass us here at the tower now. Oh, yellows come out. Referees have spotted something. Just trying to see what the officials have spotted. Oh, looks like it's a plastic bottle or something they've spotted. A plastic drink bottle's made its way onto the track. As we're 5 laps down, 5 to go for one of the front wheel drive for Production Saloons. So making sure they're all in their right order. We've got our Speedway officials beside me here at the tower, keeping an eye on things. I can't be far away from getting a start. Rightio, they're happy. Lights will go out. Go racing again for heat number 1 of the front wheel drives for Production Saloons. Rightio, been given official results from Heat 1 of the South Island Superstock title. Get them to you after this race as we go racing again. And it is Paul Addock from Frank Burns. There we go, back to Dave Allen. There we go, back to the 55 of Richard Ross. They fire down the back now, but it is Paul Addock leading at the moment from the 66 of Frank Burns. Go back to Dave Allen as Paul Addock passes here at the tower from Frank Burns in second, Dave Allen, Richard Ross, Daniel Ham, Phil Taylor and Craig Gibbs there at the back of the field. They work their way through. Down the back they go now. Into 3 and 4 they go. They come off the turn. They'll complete another lap. So it is Paul Addock, Frank Burns, Dave Allen, Richard Ross, Daniel Ham. Looks like Phil Taylor. And then we go back to the 5 on Craig Gibbs. But out in front still it is Paul Addock leading from Frank Burns. So we go back to Dave Allen as he passes here at the tower. And third, Richard Ross and Daniel Ham. As they fire down the back they go now. White flag, couple of laps away for Paul Addock as he's got Frank Burns breathing down his neck now. You might be wanting that white flag very shortly because you don't want Frank Burns breathing down your neck too much. He'll find a way through as they work their way. Down the back they go now. Into 3 and 4 they go. It is Paul Addock, Frank Burns, Dave Allen as they fire through. Here we go, white flag coming out now. We've got a bit of lap traffic to contend with. Here we go, white flag for Paul Addock, Frank Burns. They get past the 5 of Craig Gibbs. That's the guy swinging, gets out in the way as they fire down the back they go now. Into 3 and 4 they go. And it looks like if he comes off the turn cleanly, Heat 1 is going to go the way of Paul Addock for the front wheel drives from Frank Burns. Then we go back to Dave Allen, Richard Ross, Daniel Ham. Craig Gibbs goes through as the rest of the field all fire through. So there we go, Heat 1 of the production front wheel drive. Historic stock cars coming out very shortly as we pick up the race winner who'll go on his victory lap. Will be the 71 of Paul Addock who'll take out heat number 1 of the front wheel drive. For Production Saloons, give him a round of applause when he comes through. Rightio, I do have in my hot little hand official results from Heat 1 of the South Island Superstock title. And as called, first place went to the 95 of Alex Hill. Second place went to the 14C of James Fine. Third place went to the 44C of Ollie Sutton. Fourth place went to the 7C of Riley Evans. The fifth place went to the 59C of Jay Holpham. Sixth place went to the 16C of Dakota Shacoin. Seventh place went to Keelan Keith. Eighth place went to the 3NZ of Shane Harwood. Ninth place going to the 83 of Blake Hearn. 10th to the 7 in Clayworth. 11th place went to the 91C of Happy Pool. 12th place went to the 48C of Alan Officer. 13th place went to the 621C of Troy Prendergast. 14th place went to Troy Curry in the 919. 15th place went to Mick Eden. And 16th was Ben Taylor. And not classified DNFs to the 153 of Robin Wilson. Michael Oakley with a DNF in the 74, DNF for Brett Nichols, and a DNS for Peter Fields. So there we go, official results. As the green flag goes for our vintage stock cars, and it looks like it is the 66 of Peter Agglesey. He leads them through from the 96 of Wayne Russ, the 8 of Ken Squire. Now looks like will be the 3 of Darren Gordon, 22 of Ken Nell trying to make his way through. 96 of Brooks as well. As they fire through, it is the 96. It is 66, sorry, of Pete Anglesey. Here he comes, the 96. Has a wee look on the inside, that's Wayne Russ. Has a wee look as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. Into 3 and 4, here we go. Makes the look on the inside. Gets the job done, so takes the race lead. It will be Wayne Russ from Peter Anglesey. We go back to the 8 of Ken Squire. Ken Nell working his way through Darren Goulding. Go back to Pete Anglesey and Shane Brooks. And then 29 cars, they work their way through it as the 96. Wayne Russ taking the race, taking the lead at the moment from Pete Anglesey. We go back to Ken Squire. So work their way through. Go back to Ken Nell. Then it looks like it will be Darren Goulding. 32 of Pete Anglesey. Then we go back to Shane Brooks as they work their way past us here now. They come and complete another lap. Of course, no transponders on these guys, so we're doing a blind. So they work their way through it as the 96 leading. There we Wayne Russ from the 66 of Pete Anglesey. Go back to Ken Squire, then Ken Nell, Darren Goulding, and the 32 of Rob Anglesey having a tussle out there at the moment, but still in front. It is the 96 of Wayne Russ. So fire down the back they go now. The 66 of Pete Anglesey. Then we go back to Ken Squire, Ken Nell, Darren Goulding. Then we go back to the 32 car, Rob Anglesey. There we go, Wayne Russ about to get past Shane Brooks in the 29 car. Get past some lap traffic as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. Looks like Squire has a wee rub with the wall. But it is Wayne Russ leading at the moment as they work their way through. Wayne Russ still in control of this one. But all lap traffic to contend with as they work their way through. Here goes Ken Nell. Gets through the rest of the pack as they fire through. Oh, a little bit of tap and spin there just about. 66 of Rob Anglesey. Just about spins Shane Brooks around. Of course, non-contact grade. Supposed to be non-contact rules as they work their way through it. It's still Wayne Russ leading from the 32. Oh, sorry, will be the 22 of Ken Nell. So they fire through. White flag at the ready for the 96 of Wayne Russ. As they fire through now. White flag out. 1 to go for the 96 of Wayne Russ. 22 of Ken Nell. 32 of Rob Anglesey as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. Ken Nell, can he chase them down at the end here? Puts the foot down hard as they work their way through. Comes off the turn. And the race win's going to go to Wayne Russ. From 22, Ken Nell. We go back to, looks like Darren Goulding. Then we go back to Rob Anglesey. Pete Anglesey, Ken Squire, and Shane Brooks going through. So there we go, Heat 1 of our vintage stock cars. Great racing, great race win to Wayne Russ. Good to see him back at Speedway. He'll be absolutely wrapped with that. Picking up race win there. Rightio, next up will be stock car time. The stock cars are here. We've got a few stock cars lined up, ready to go racing. So here we go. We'll get these guys in, see if see if the 96 will do the old victory lap. Oh, Wayne Russ, here we go. Picks up the checkered flag. As we get set for some stock car action. As we get set to go. Rightio, stock cars lining up. Hoytus off the front with Walker. And it looks like Brad Rosewarne in the 59 car. Along with Morgan Robertson, watch Brad Rosewarne go through. Very quick car. as they get ready to go racing. Here we go, heat one of the stock cars, about to go racing, and racing they go as they all fire through into turns 1 and 2. They work their way down the back. They go now to the 19 of Walker who leads, but here comes the 59 of Brad Rosenwald, gets past the 10 of Jackson Hoytis as they work their way through. Here comes Charlie Boone and Kyan Boniface, but it is Kerry Walker from Brad Rosenwald. Go back to Charlie Boone in third, then we go back to the 10 of Jackson Hoytis and the 10 seat car, then we go back to Kyan Boniface. And looks like Chris McKendrick and Jacob Luperus, but it is Kerry Walker leading from Brad Rosenwald. Go back to Charlie Burns. Oh, Jacob Luperus spins himself out on turns 3 and 4 as they work their way through. Here we go, battle on for second now between Charlie Boone and Brad Rosenwald as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. As here we go, Jackson Hoytis getting held up by Kyan Boniface, going to push him into the wall. So just pushed him out the way. The tank of Hoytis says, get out my way, I've got a tank. I'm just going to push you out the way as they work their way through. There's the 19 of Kerry Walker still leading from Jackson. Oh no, Kerry Walker, he spun himself out. Was leading the race. Now it's Brad Rosenwald from Charlie Boone. We go back to Chris McKendrick. Then we're going to go back to Kerry Walker, Jackson Hoytis. Watch him go through as they work their way. Down the back they go now. Kyan Boniface has spun himself up as they work their way through. But it is Brad Rosenwald leading at the moment from Charlie Boone. Then we go through to, Kerry Walker spun himself out again as they work their way. Down the back they go now. So it's Brad Rosenwald, Charlie Boone, Chris McKendrick into third as they work their way through. Jackson Hoytis making his way up into fourth spot. As they fire through now, it's Brad Rosenwald still leading from Charlie Boone. Here we go back to Kerry Walker, Chris McKendrick, Jackson Hoytis coming through as well. Then it looks like it will be Kerry Walker, Jacob Luperus. They fire through lap 6 of 10 as Rosenwald completes another lap. But there's smoke coming out the car, so he's going to call it a day. Doesn't want to damage the engine too much. So big stock car meetings coming up as they work their way through. But it is going to be, so the new race leader will be Charlie Boone. Leading it out from second place is going to be Chris McKendrick as, we've got a stop. That will be to the 10 to the 59 of Brad Rosenwald. Looks like it might be just a little fire under the car. So a little wee fire there to attend to, just a bit of smoke and steam coming out the car, the 59, Brad Rosenwald. I see CJ Huggies, Holford running the 59 Superstock as well. So we're just attending to the 59. We've got a couple laps left to run. Will be Charlie Boone leading. As we won't be far away from getting a restart with heat 1 of the stock cars. So here we go, flags in. Lights will go out. We'll turn the light from green to green very shortly. Here we go. And green, away we go. So just trying to pick up the race leader. There he is, the 66 of Charlie Boone. He'll come round and pick up the white flag. So 1 to go for the 66 of Charlie Boone. Then we go back to the 68. Then it will be Chris McKendrick in the 21 car. Jackson Hoytis sitting here in third. He's going to give the 5-1-6 of Kyan Boniface a bit of a spin around. So here we go. Bit of biff and bash going out there between those two. But the race winner is going to go the way of Charlie Boone. Second place is going to go the way of Chris McKendrick. Then it looks like it will go the way of Kerry Walker in third spot. Jackson Hoytis and the rest of the field coming through. So there we go. Bit of a rivalry starting to brew there. Kyan Boniface and Jackson Hoytis. A couple more races for them to run. So some interesting stuff with the stock cars.
Hessel's Poultry Farm is a family-run business situated in the heart of the Horowhenua that produce over 800,000 eggs a week to your community. With 60 years experience, this fourth-generation business know how to look after their customers. They truly are locals looking after locals all over New Zealand. Head into your local supermarket and make sure you ask for New Day free-range eggs or morning harvest eggs. Hessel's Poultry Farm supply fresh, quality eggs to your local community. They are the pride of Foxton. Everyone has accidents, but thankfully, there is always someone there that can help fix your problem. Fraser and the team from Elite Wheels in Christchurch can put your wheels back to the way they should be with state-of-the-art equipment and operators that will have you back motoring in no time. Custom fabrications is their specialty, from wheel manufacturing and whitening to suspension manufacturing and modification. Elite Wheels have you sorted. Elite Wheels is also the preferred repairer for all major insurance companies. Drop down and see the team at Elite Wheels, 240 Annex Road, Christchurch.
As we get set for youth mini stocks about to come out for the liquid action youth mini stocks about to come out for heat number 2 as they get everyone sorted. Good racing from our stock cars. Of course, stock car GP here at Eastern States Speedway next season. New Zealand's up there in Christchurch. So another busy season of stock car racing as the race winner goes the way of Charlie Boone, picking up race win in the stock cars, the MTF water truck. Coming out to spray some water on as we get set for the liquid action youth mini stocks as we get ever so closer to heat 2 of the South Island Superstocks. Going to be absolutely action-packed as we get set. So there he is, Charlie Boone, of course, fresh out of youth mini stocks. There's a liquid action youth mini stocks not too far away for heat number 2.
Drop back to 24E, you are still on a flag.
So
move back 26E, please.
So they're just trying to get a few cars back where they should be. It looks like they're just pulling back 26 of William Daniel. Yeah, U1's out here at Eastern States Speedway. Good to see the U1s coming through. Always great to have U drivers coming through the sport. As I say, the old breeding ground for superstars of Speedway. Just got to look at the old New Zealand stock cars, New Zealand Superstocks back in Nelson last month. Todd Hemingway and Ethan Levine, both coming out of youth mini stocks, going on to get 1 and 2 NZ respectively. So certainly some of our future, you know, look at the likes of Ashton Osborne picking up 3 NZ in the saloons. He come through youth mini stocks, a few others as well. It's not only we've got the youth mini stocks, the quarter midget grade starting to get bigger and better here in the South Island. But right now it is the future of Speedway. It is heat number 2 of the liquid action youth mini stocks, about to go racing. Green flag at the ready for the 17 to Tate Carpenter. He's got the front row all to himself as we get set to go racing. Liquid action youth mini stocks, and here we go. They work their way into turns 3 and 4 as they all try and get round safely, but it is the 97 of Kobe Parrish who leads it through. Oh, the 16 of Scarlet Grey Nearly coming to grips with the wall, manages to save it. But it is the 97 of Kobe Paris leading from the A9 Bella Stratford. Oh, half a spin for Court Higgins. Gets straightened up though. Looks like Courtney Sutton did the job of straightening him up. As they work their way through, oh, Kobe Paris, half a spin. Manages to save it, but that might be enough for the 89 of Bella Stratford to come through and take the race lead. It does. So Bella Stratford now in the race lead from the 97 of Kobe Paris. To go back to the 19 of Amy Walker. So it is Bella Stratford. Go back to the 97 of Kobe Paris, who takes the race lead from the 89 of Bella Stratford, as Courtney Sutton has a bit of a mare coming into turns 1 and 2, but it is the 97 of Kobe Paris who leads from the 89 of Bella Stratford. We go back to the 19 of Amy Walker, the 17 of Tate Carpenter. Comes the 79 of Court Higgins. They work their way through, so down the back they go now. Here we go, side by side, Bella Stratford and Kobe Paris. Nothing in it between these two as they work their way through. Oh, here we go. Oh, Court Higgins was in a spinning motion. Scarlet Grey had nowhere to go apart from in the path of Court Higgins. They worked their way through. Looks like Scarlet Grey's going to rejoin. Looks like Court Higgins is parked up on the infield. And that's going to be a yellow. So the officials just maybe saying Court Higgins isn't quite off the track far enough.
Right guys, this is your grid order. 89 in, 97 in, 19 in,
So
17 in,
get
26
79
in,
sorted, make
22
sure
in,
he's
16 in,
sorted as they
85 in,
get ready to go
29 in,
again.
and 24
Lap
in.
4 of 10, so not quite halfway through. It looks like Court Higgins is going to rejoin the pack.
Court jump and behind 85, bud.
So, we're getting everyone sorted where they should be. Bella Stratford in first, Kobe Paris in second, Amy Walker in third, Tate Carpenter in fourth, William Daniel in fifth, Ada McKendrick in sixth, Scarlet Grey in seventh, Courtney Sutton in eighth, Court Higgins in ninth, and Gerard Island in 10th. That is how they should line up. And if the officials are happy, we'll go racing again very shortly.
Drivers and lights are out.
There we go, lights are going to go out. About to go racing.
At a steady pace,
Liquid
89
Action
in,
Youth
you'll
Mini
be in
Stocks.
control.
About to get the green. And we should go racing very shortly. Here we go, green flag, get the ready, and racing again. So Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks back underway, and it is Bella Stratford who's going to lead us through from the 97 of Kobe Paris. Here comes the 42, Aidan McKendrick, trying to barge his way through, but it is Amy Walker in third. Then we go back to William Daniel. Scarlet Grey going to make her way through. A bit of biff and barge going on between those two, almost locking together. And they go a bit wide. And oh, we got one spun up as well. Courtney Sutton tried to avoid the carnage of Gray and Daniel. And looks like Courtney Sutton's parked up there. That's going to bring out another yellow.
Yellow.
So there we go, yellow again. That'll be for the 85. Just had nowhere to go. Tried to avoid all the mess. Tried to pre-call it.
Grid order, 89 in, 97
And
in, 19 in,
looks like might have come off second best.
16 in, 26E, 85 in, 24E, 79 in. The person is not
As
there,
they
leave a
get
gap.
the 85 sorted. So just getting the 85 of Courtney Sutton on the tow truck. Go back in. Get everyone ready to go. Back underway shortly. The Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks. And of course, we'll get into Heat 2 of the rear-wheel drive Tri-Series 4 productions. As the flags go in.
Lights are out. Watch the light.
So here we go. About to get back underway. 5 laps down, 5 to go for the Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks. And racing we go again. It is Bella Stratford who's going to lead us through. Here comes the 97 of Kobe Paris. So they work their way through to side by side. Plenty of biff and barge going on out there. A few panels getting rubbing is racing as they work their way through. There's the 89 of Bella Stratford. Here goes Kobe Parrish, just leaning hard up against Bella Stratford as they work their way through. But it is Bella Stratford still, Kobe Parrish, Amy Walker, Scarlett Gray and Aidan McKendrick as they fire through now. But it is still Bella Stratford leading the charge from the 97 of Kobe Paris. Go back to the 19 of Amy Walker as they all fire through. Out of 3 and 4 they go. There's still Bella Stratford leading from Kobe Paris, Amy Walker. Then we go back to Scarlett Gray. Then it looks like going to be Aidan McKendrick. Scarlett Gray looks like she's pulled in, then pulled out again. Pulled into the infield, pulls out again. So wait and see what the referees have to say about that one. Oh, we need one up and over. We got one up and over. The 42 of Aidan McKendrick goes up and over. Just looked like got out of balance. And just the car just goes up and over. 42 of Aidan McKendrick rolls it. Thumbs up out of the car. Oh boy, the car just got unsettled. Looks like it just hit a bump. Car got unsettled, then up and over. Just keep back from the fence, please. Race fans, let's give Aidan a bit of privacy. Just get back if you can, just for safety reasons. Do you have someone down there in the high vis who's keeping everyone back? Thank you. We do ask if there is an incident, please do keep back from the fence. But that was a rollover and a half for the 42 of Aidan McKendrick. Goes up and over as we get him sorted. So there we go, first rollover of the night as we get everything sorted. We are on lap 6, so as the 42 gets back on its wheels. Dad, Chris McKendrick drives the stock car. He's down there watching. He's got a smile on his face. Oh, he's clapping. His boy just had his first taste of what it's like in the Speedway. Of course, Chris McKendrick drives the old stock car. He's got a smile on his face. Might be a bit shaken, of course, Aidan first season in the youth mini stock, so bit of a just got unsettled, and then it was just from there just up and over. So we'll get him sorted. But boy, I haven't seen the mini stock rollover like that in a while. We'll see. Ones watching at home will probably see a replay. If they do a replay, I don't have any monitors up here that do show replays or anything. So it looks like the youth mini stocks are going to go yellow again. Just usually just to stop the race for a while, just to give just to give the crews a bit of a chance to recover the car without cars coming at them. Radio, so we'll get the 42 of Aidan McKendrick in. So here he goes. He'll go in. Hopefully nothing too wrong with the car. As we get set to go again. So it will be Bella Stratford from Kobe Paris. Amy Walker, 6 laps done of 10. So only a few laps left to run as we get the 42 in. Still under yellow as we get everyone parked safely on the infield. Rightio, so one more lap. We'll give her one more lap and then we'll go racing again. Car doesn't look too bad. There's a bit of damage at the back there. Looks like the wheel just hanging down. He's out of the. He's got the helmet off. He's thumbs up, so he's okay. It's good to see. Here we go. He's looks like a few cameras are on him. So a bit of a spectacular roll for him. But here we go. About to get another restart in the Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks. Will be Bella Stratford from Kobe Paris. Back to Amy Walker, then be Scarlet Grey. Then it looks like the 17 to Tate Carpenter. He's tasted a rollover already this season in Nelson. And green we go. And it is still going to be the 89 of Bella Stratford who leads from Kobe Paris. Go back to Amy Walker, then we go back to Scarlet Grey in the 16 cars. They work their way down the back they go now. And it is the 89 of Bella Stratford still leading as Kobe Paris is all over the back of him. Back of her now as they work their way through. They pass us here at the tower. They complete another lap. It is Bella Stratford from Kobe Paris. Then we go back to Amy Walker, Scarlet Grey, William Daniel and Cord Higgins having a good tussle at the back there as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. Couple more laps left to run when they pass us here at the tower. Oh, another one getting unsettled there. That's Amy Walker. Maybe a little bit of a bump there on turns 3 and 4 as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. It is still Bella Stratford leading. White flag about to come out for the 89. Oh, Bella Stratford. As, Scarlet Grey spins it up. So here we go. The 89 of Bella Stratford takes the white flag from Kobe Paris. Go back to Amy Walker. Then it looks like Court Higgins in there as well. So they work their way through. Few getting unsettled out there as they work their way. Down the back they go now into 3 and 4. And she'll come off the turn. And a race win will go the way of the 89. Oh, Bella Stratford. Popular win that will be for the team now. Kobe Paris in second. 19 of Amy Walker. That Tate Carpenter, Scarlet Grey, William Daniel and Gerard Island. That is how they finish in heat number 2 of the Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks.
Yellow, guys, yellow.
So quite a long race, that one. Long race with the rollover of the 42 of Aidan McKendrick. So here we go. As we clear some of them. And it looked doesn't look too much damage on the 42 car. Just the old thumbs up. So he's okay. It's good to see. Right out there we go. Race winner, the 89. Oh, Bella Stratford. Put your hands together for the 89. Taking out heat 2 of the Liquid Action Youth Mini Stocks. Oh, there we go. He's got the Munna Wave going, the 42, Aidan McKendrick. So hopefully nothing too damaged in the car. There goes the thumbs up from him as we get set for heat 2 of the rear wheel drives for Production Saloons. Of course, it is the rear wheel drive. Round 1 of the South Island rear wheel drive series. First year running the Tri-Series. Of course, round 2 next weekend in Ashburton. Then round 3 in Greymouth on the 22nd of March. And of course, we can't thank our sponsors enough for putting the series together with the rear wheel drive productions. Calmore Engineering in Ashburton, Port Hills Truck Centre in Christchurch, and Do Duckin Bakery in Greymouth. Proud to sponsor the South Island Rear Wheel Drive Tri-Series as Heat 2 about to come out, not too far away from making their way out. And then, of course, we'll have some street stocks. And then, of course, the big one, Heat 2 of the South Island Superstock title. Who can put themselves in the box seat going into that last heat? Who can put themselves in contention? And how's it gonna sit going into that last one? Who's got mates in high places? Who's gonna help who? We'll just wait and see when the hopefully after these two heats we should get some official points for you. Here we go, about to go racing. Will be Jono Webb off the front with Keith Martin. Back to Sam Martin, the 72. All the way from Greymouth, that would be Liam Gray. So here we go, Heat 2 of the Rear Wheel Drive Production Tri-Series. And racing we go again. And straight away, Sam Martin spots the gap and takes it as they work their way through. So it's Jono Webb leading as they work their way into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Down the back they go now, and it is Jono Webb from Sam Martin. Then we go back to the 72. All the way from Greymouth, that'll be Liam Gray as they work their way through. So here we go, Jono Webb, Sam Martin. Then the battle's on now as they all fire through. So Jono Webb, Sam Martin, Liam Gray, Keith Martin, Carmen Satterley, Dave Filius as they all work their way through. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. Oh, a couple of them have to check up there as they break going into turns 3 and 4. But there's Jono Webb from Sam Martin. Go back to Liam Gray. Here we go back to Keith Martin, Dave Filius, James Westerman. Here we go back to Carmen Satterley as they fire down the back they go now. Into 3 and 4 they go as the sun starts to set here in sunny Marlborough. They pass the centre of town, they complete another lap. It is Jono Webb, Sam Martin. Still go back to Liam Gray. We go back to Keith Martin and Dave Filius. James Westerman having a battle at the back as well. Carmen Satterley as they fire through. Here we go, battle on for first. It looks like Sam Martin's going to win the battle. He's going to take the race lead away from Jono Webb. Still sitting there in third is Liam Gray. Here we go, Dave Filius, James Westerman as they fire through now. We go back to the 7 hour. Carmen Satterley gets all out of all sorts. Manages to gather it up and save it as they fire through. Down the back they go now. They pass us out of town. Still Sam Martin, Jono Webb. Then we're going to go back to Liam Gray. Dave Filius and James Westerman having a tussle at the back there, as well as the 17. All the way from Greymouth, Keith Martin and Matthew Cox. As they work their way through, Carmen Satterley's got some car trouble. He's just circulating. Can he try and get off the track? He will. We'll carry on racing as Sam Martin still in control of this one from the 67 of Jono Webb. Here we go back to Liam Gray, James Westerman, Dave Filius, Keith Martin, Matthew Cox. Here we go back to Greg Rooney and the 27 of Tom Anderson. But out in front still it is Sam Martin from Jono Webb. Then we go back to Liam Gray. James Westerman's cleared Dave Filius for now. Keith Martin gets a wee bit of a tap at the back from Cox as they work their way through. Still Sam Martin passes out of the tower. Going to complete another lap. White flag won't be too far away for the 14 of Sam Martin. 67 of Jono Webb. 72 of Liam Gray, James Westerman as they work their way through. The 86 of Dave Filius. Here we go, white flag coming out now for the 14 of Sam Martin. Gets the white, one to go for him. Here we go back to Jono Webb. Then we go back to Liam Gray, James Westerman sitting here in fourth spot. Then we go back to Dave Filius. Then Keith Martin, Matt Cox, Greg Rooney. But here we go, race winner is going to go the way of Sam Martin, taking out Heat 2 of the Rear Wheel Drive for Production Saloons. Then we go back to Jono Webb. Then we go back to Liam Gray. Then it's going to be James Westerman. Then Dave Filius. Then it's going to be Keith Martin. Matthew Cox, Greg Rooney, Tom Anderson, and a DNF to Carmen Satterley. So there we go, Heat 2 of the rear-wheel drive Tri-Series 4 Production Saloons, won by Sam Martin. So, great racing from them when we finally got underway. Do apologise for that slight delay as productions go and our street stocks will come out, and then it'll be on to heat number 2 of the South Island Superstock title for Superstocks, as Sam Martin picking up a race win in heat 2 of our production saloons. Rightio, it is time for some street stocks. Always interesting to see what these street stocks do. Seen a bit of action already. And then of course heat 2 of the Superstocks, as the MTF water truck just coming out to spray a bit more water on for the street stocks.
Just watch out for that water car that's come past you.
And there we go. Sam Martin will be absolutely wrapped with picking up the win there for heat 2 of the rear-wheel drive Tri-Series 4 Production Saloons. There we have some street stocks lined up ready to go. And as I say, we're into that second heat of the Superstocks. Boy, how's this going to unfold? We'll wait and see who can put themselves in the box seat going into that last heat. We'll try and give you some points after this second heat of the Superstock to see who sits where going into that third heat. Oh, it's going to be all on, I can tell you that now. As the MTF water truck comes in. He's going to wait for the street stocks to come out. Let's see what way the clerk of the course is going to send him. Says you're going that way this time. Or these street stocks, when they come out, they don't know what way they're going to go. They have to go one way or the other. That's how it is. They have to go clockwise and then anti-clockwise at least once during the meeting. And he always keeps them on edge with the always keeps them on edge. So water trucks in. We'll get these street stocks lined up, ready to go. Superstocks won't be too far away from gridding up, ready to go for heat 2. So here we go.
2-1, you need to be at the back of the grid with 4 ends.
6-2-1 of Graham Johnson. 15 of Jared Blanchard. Looks like 7-2-1 of Daniel Honey. 8-2-1 of Bailey Brooks. 4 of Jason Fox, and 11 of Cody McCarrison, who of course will be representing the Nelson Knights next weekend in Christchurch as part of the State of Origin street stock teams. So just looks like we're sorting a few guys out. So just sorting some drivers out on their grids. So a few of them weren't quite in the right spot. Might be a few gaps there. So here we go. Officials are happy. About ready to go racing. Heat 2 of the street stocks. About ready to go, and racing we go. They put the hammer down. It is the 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson who leads them through. And here we go, but a biff and barge as they work their way through. And it is Graham Johnson who leads. It looks like the 7-2-1 is going to come under attack. Oh, here we go, Cody McCarrison trying to go to the outside. Goes right around the outside of the 7-2-1 of Daniel Honey. And will take second spot. So it is going to be Graham Johnson from Cody McCarrison. We go back to Jason Fox in the 6-2-1. Sorry, in the 4 car. Then it looks like the 7-2-1 of Daniel Honey, 8-2-1 being driven, I think, by Bailey Briggs, I believe, as they work their way through. But it is still 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson leading from Cody McCarrison as 7-2-1 and Daniel Honey pulls off. Oh, 8-2-1 of Briggs spins himself up. He'll carry on, he'll get fired up as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. It is still the 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson leading. Cody McCarrison, though, about to take the race lead away from Graham Johnson. And here we go, race leader will be the 11 of Cody McCarrison, but Graham Johnson might have something to say about that as he tries to give him the spin and hits the wall himself. So good, tries to give him the spin up, but decides ends up in the wall as they work their way through. 8-2-1 Bailey Briggs just gets out the way. So work their way through. Still the 11 of Cody McCarrison from Graham Johnson. I believe the 4 car's been driven by Jason Fox. As they work their way through it, still Cody McCarrison leading from the 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson. Jason Fox in the 4 car goes through. As they work their way through, Graham Johnson still trying to chase down the 11 of Cody McCarrison. Had a go at him before, couldn't get it done. Now this time, as he line him up enough, here he goes, tries to give him the spin. Cody keeps the foot hard on the accelerator. Knows he's coming as they work their way through. So here we go, Graham Johnson, pushes him out the way. Okay, says I'm coming through, so here we go, race leader will be the 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson. From the 11 of McCarrison, we go back to the 4 of Fox as they work their way past us here at the town now. McCarrison slowed down. So is he just going to lie and wait? It's an outside flat tyre for Cody McCarrison, so he'll have to come in. And good on him for doing that, because I think the officials are about to pull him in as the 8-2-1 of Luke Briggs goes through. But the race leader goes the way of the 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson at the moment. White flag about to come out for Graham Johnson as Bailey Briggs just slowing up there as they work their way through. But a 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson still leading as he passes here at the tower. White flag out for Graham Johnson. And second is going to be the 4 of Fox. They work their way through. Bailey Briggs still having a few issues. He'll get it fired up as they work their way through. But the race win is going to go the way of the 6-2-1 of Graham Johnson. Takes out E2 of the Street Stocks, followed by the 4 of Fox. And Blanchard go through as well. So there we go. Street Stocks done and dusted for Heat 2. Alrighty, here we go. After an entertaining first heat, we're about to unravel the picture a little bit more with Heat 2 of the South Island Superstock title.
So just keep your left and right, please.
What is going to unfold in this one? We'll wait and see. Heat number 2 of the South Island Superstocks about to come our way. Let's see what unfolds. So who can set themselves up? Go into that third heat in the box seat. Who's going to play? Is anyone going to play spoiler? What is about to unfold in heat number 2? As I say, we should hopefully get some points after heat number 2 of the Superstocks and see how it's going to all unfold going into that heat number 3 a little bit later on. But right now it's heat number 2. Saw the likes of Brett Nichols already have his championship hopes dashed with a DNF of 0 points. Can he salvage something out of this? Can he get a good finish and maybe have a few things go his way? Wait and see. So here to rumble. Heat 2 of the South Island Superstocks. Not too far away. Clerk of the course says out they come. Here we go, race fans. Heat 2. South Island Superstock title. It's the 48 of Brett Nichols. He's going to lead him out. The 48 of Alan Officer. 95 of Alex Hill. Heat 1 winner. 14 of James Pine. Second place in heat number 2. 6-2-1 of Troy Prendergast. 6 of Ben Taylor. 7 of Riley Evans. As they all fire out. Good to see the 27 of Peter Field back out there as well. A rumble of Superstocks. The friends here to Shane Harwood. An 8th place in heat number 1. He'll look to improve on this one. Pit gate is sharp. Clerk of the course ready to line them up. Looks like the 7 of Riley Evans. Looks like he's going to call the 3-minute bell. So we're going to get 3 minutes for the 7C of Riley Evans. Just got to wait because what's got to happen is crew's starting to run. So the clerk of the course is going to go there. Has to wait. Here goes the bell. Barrel sound. So here we go. They've got 3 minutes to try and fix what they need to. 7C of Riley Evans. Just poking your head in the car. Pits TV down there with the camera just showing what's happening. Looks like thumbs up. Their crew will crew's happy. So there we go. Sets them away. So another quick 3 minutes. Just looked like could have been a slight, just wanted a slight adjustment. Rightio. Shouldn't be too far away from getting them lined up. Ready to go. Heat 2. South Island Superstock title. They line up. About to line them up. Here we go. Alex Hill looks like he gets the best grid in this one. Gets to start off the front. Took out heat number 1. This is going to help him if he can get a good start here. Brett Nichols, DNF in heat number 1. So he's just going to try and ride shotgun and try and get Hill home. He's got a couple of fast ones in behind him. Alan Officer, James Payne, he's sitting there in second in heat 2. Looks like we've got all 20 cars in this one. So here we go, grip your seats. This is going to be good. Heat 2, South Island Superstock title. About to unleash on Eastern States Speedway. Good to see a good crowd in. Crowd look ready. Everyone's lined up ready, making sure they're bumper to bumper. Here we go, clerk of the course just going through the last few cars now. And so they've got to be bumper to bumper off the start. He'll get on back of the tow truck. He's happy. We'll be in the hands of our Speedway officials. Here we go. Heat 2 of the South Island Superstock title. And we go racing. And away they go. They fire into turn 1 and 2. It's Brett Nichols who gets the lead as they fire down the back. They go now. Oh, we got one spun up. That's Dakota Shakur and Ben Taylor and Happy Paul involved as well. as they work their way through. They fire into turns 1 and 2 as they go through now. Dakota Irwin Shakoi's parked up there. That's going to bring out a red. So there we go. First casualty in heat number 2 already. And it is the 16 of Dakota Irwin Shakoi. Oh boy. That's a DNF for him. And we know what he can do with his bumper. He might just play block in that last heat. There's a 16. He just got involved in that first corner melee. First corner push. So we'll get the 16 of Dakota Shakoi off. Of course, you caused the red. You've got to come off. So disappointing for him. He finished 6th in heat 1. 0 points. It's a DNF. Big fat 0. Now the officials are going to work out where everyone sits. Are the officials happy with where everyone sits on the red? Got plenty of visiting officials. Rightio, looks like they're happy, are they? Here we go, we're happy to go. Heat 2, South Island Superstock title, racing again. And away we go, and it looks like Nichols gets the jump from the 14 of James Payne as they fire through, but James Payne's going to take first spot as they work their way through. So it's James Payne, Brett Nichols, Alex Hill at the moment, Blake Hearn, Alan Officer, Riley Evans. So here we go, Brett Nichols, going to hold him up. That's what I thought was going to happen. He's going to hold James Payne up and push Alex Hill home. Brilliant from Brett Nichols. He says I'm going to help my clubmate go through as they work their way through. Riley Evans gets spun up. Brett Nichols can't win this thing. He can help this side. He does. Oh, here we go. Troy Curry holding up the free end of Harwood. Blockers coming in already, and it's only heat 2. So here we go. This is going to set up for an exciting last heat as they work their way through. Alex Hill at the moment sitting there in second. James Payne in second. Blake Hearn in third as they work their way through. So here we go. These two are probably going to go top 1 points going into that last heat as they work their way through now. Brett Nichols done the absolute block job at the moment as Troy Curry as well. He might want to help some of his Christchurch mates go through as he held up Howard before. They work their way through now as they go through. It is Alex Hill. Oh, he's left the door open for James Payne to come through. So James Payne comes through, sits there in first spot. So it's Alex Hill. It's James Payne, Alex Hill, Blake Hearn, Jay Holcomb. Then it looks like Brett Nichols. Then Caitlin keeps the rest of the field go through to free and centre Harwood as they all pile through now. As they work their way through, it's James Payne from Alex Hill. Then we go back to Blake Hearn. Then we go back to Ollie Sutton, Brad Rosewell, Brett Nichols, Caitlin Keith go through to free and centre of Shane Harwood. But he could come under attack from Troy Curry. We'll wait and see as they all fire through now. But it's James Payne who's leading at the moment from Alex Hill. Then we go back to Blake Hearn. Then it looks like it's Brad Roseward, Ollie Sutton and Brett Nichols, Caitlin Keith in there as well to free and centre of Harwood. Then we go back to Troy Curry as they fire through. But it's still James Payne who leads this one from Alex Hill. As they fire through now, we're on lap 9 of 12, so a couple more laps left to run. Just starting to set themselves up for heat number 3 as they work their way through now. Down the back they go to 3 and 4, they pass us here at the tower. They're completing our lap as James Payne, Alex Hill. Then we go back to Blake Hearn. Then it looks like it's going to be Brad Rose. Then it's going to be Jay Huggies on from Brett Nichols, Ollie Sutton, Caitlin Keith, Shane Harwood. Here we go. White flag. 1 lap left to run for James Payne. Here we go, white flag, 1 to go for James Payne. Alex Hill sitting there in second spot, Blake Hearn as well. Then we go back to Huggies Hole from Brett Nichols, Ollie Sutton, Caitlin Keith, Shane Harwood. Oh, one spun up there, that's Michael Oakley. And Ben Taylor looked like he was going to have a swipe at James Payne. And here we go, James Payne takes out heat 2, Alex Hill in second. Then we go back to Blake Hearn. Then we go back to Brett Nichols. Then it looks like it's going to be Huggies Holcomb. Then it's going to be Ollie Sutton, Shane Harwood in 6, Caleb King, Troy Curry, Alan Officer and Ian Clayworth, your top 10. Oh boy. Are we set up for one final heat or what? This is going to go down to the absolute wire. James Payne taking out heat 2. Alex Hill, you'd have to think, will go top on points going into that third heat. A few blockers starting to show their hand. Brent Nichols happy to sacrifice a title for Alex Hill. Troy Curry looked like he was trying to attack the free head of Harwood. But boy, oh boy, are we in for one awesome heat 3 or what? This is going to go down to the absolute wire, I can tell you this now, race fans. Here he is, James Payne. He'll pick up the race win. So heat 2 goes the way of James Payne. And heat 2 of the South Island Superstocks. Alex Hill will finish in second. Blake Hearn, Huggies Holcomb. Of course, this is all unofficial until they get through the, got to get weighed in that 10-minute window for anything to happen. But boy, oh boy, heat 3 is going to be all on. We're going to see that Nelson versus Christchurch battle come through, you would have to think. Of course, James Payne, part of the winning Canterbury Glen Eagles team. But boy, oh boy, we'll try and get some official results and points to you very shortly. Wait for everything to be official. But oh, we are in for an entertaining third heat, you'd have to think. Oh, don't you love Superstock racing? It is very, very best. See how it all unfolds. But right now it is front wheel drive. Will be heat 2 of the front wheel drive for Production Saloons. Making their way out onto the track. So, here we go. Front wheel drive heat 2 of the South Island. Of the front wheel drives for Production Saloons. Oh boy. Things are just starting to heat up a little bit. Oh, I love that in teams, on Superstock teams racing. So just quickly, Sue going around, last chance to get your 50-50 raffle. That will get drawn very shortly. But here we go, heat 2 of the rear wheel drive of, front wheel drive for Production Saloons. We'll get it right. So here we go. Just the 6 of them. About ready to go, and green flag goes, and we're racing again. And it looks like it will be the 35 of Daniel Ham, who's going to lead us through. And here comes the 66 of Frank Burns, goes through as well. So Frank Burns in the race lead from the 35 of Daniel Ham. Here comes the 999 of Dave Allen. We go back to the 71 of Paul Addock, but it is the 66 of Frank Burns leading it from Daniel Ham. We go back to Dave Allen, then the 71 of Paul Addock. Then it looks like at the back it will be the 55 of Richard Ross and Phil Taylor. But out in front it is still Frank Burns leading the way from the 35 of Daniel Ham. And it looks like we go back to Dave Allen. Then the 71 of Paul Haddock. 55 of Richard Ross. Then we go back to Phil Taylor still. Frank Burns leading the charge at the moment as they fire past us here at the tower. Here goes the 35, Daniel Hammer. As we look on the outside, nothing doing there as they work their way through. It is the 66 of Frank Burns still in control from the 35 of Daniel Hammer, 999 of Dave Allen, 71 of Paul Haddock as well. But down the back they go now. It is the 66 of Frank Burns from the 35 of Daniel Ham, 999 of Dave Allen, 71 Paul Haddock as they work their way through. Still Frank Burns leading from the 35 of Daniel Ham, Dave Allen in third, Paul Haddock in fourth. Down the back they go again, lap 4 of 10. So just about to be half race distance as they work their way through. There we work as they pass us here. They'll be halfway now, 5 down, 5 to go for Frank Burns, Daniel Ham, Dave Allen and Paul Haddock as they fire past us here. Then we go back to 55 of Richard Ross, Phil Taylor. But out in front, it is still Frank Burns leading from Dave Allen. From Frank Burns, Daniel Ham, Dave Allen, Paul Haddock as they fire past us here now. Down the back they go again. It's still Frank Burns leading at the moment. Daniel Ham trying to find a way around him. Starting to open up a bit of a lead though as Frank Burns on Daniel Ham. So here we go, starting to run away with this one. And as Daniel Ham trying to play chase. Not much he can do about it at the moment as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. As still Frank Burns passing us here at the tower. He'll complete another lap. As it is still Frank Burns from Daniel Ham. Then we go back to Dave Allen. As the white flag comes out, Frank Burns. As here we go, white flag out for Frank Burns, Daniel Ham sitting there in second spot from Dave Allen. And the race winner is going to go the way of Frank Burns, takes out front wheel drive for Production Saloons. Then we go back to Dave Allen, then Paul Haddock, then it will be Phil Taylor as the rest of the field come through. So there we go, heat 2 of the front wheel drive for Production Saloons. Done and taken out by Frank Burns. Rightio, I can tell you, got official results from Heat 2 of the South Island Superstock title. As we can bring Frank Burns round. This is just official results, no points as of yet. But my calculations should see the likes of James Fine and Alex Hill right up there on points. There we go, put your hands together for the 66 of Frank Burns taking out front wheel drive for Heat 2 of Production Saloons. Radio official results from Heat 2 of the South Island Superstock title. We can tell you that first place it was the 14C of James Payne. Second place went the way of the 95 of Alex Hill. Third went to the 83 of Blake Hearn. Fourth went to the 59C of Jay Holpham. Fifth went to the 44C of Ollie Sutton. 3NZ of Shane Harwood in sixth. Seventh place went to the 231 of Kaylin Keefe. Eighth place went to the 919 of Troy Curry. Ninth went to the 48C of Alan Officer. 10th went to Ian Clayworth. 11th went the way of Riley Evans. Happy Paul in 12th, 91C. 66 of Mick Eden in 13th. Robin Wilson in a 153 in 14th. 15th place went to the 16 of Ben Taylor. 621 of Troy Prendergast in 16th. 74 Anna Michael Oakley in 17th, and the 18th was 27th of Peterfield and a DNF to Dakota Chicoine. So there we go, official results from Heat 2 of the South Island Superstocks. Just awaiting official points to come through. and then we should have a bit of a look at how we sit going into that last heat. So, looks like out in front it is the 8 car of Ken Squire. Beside him will be the 3 of Darren Goulding, 32 Rob Anglesey, 96 Wayne Russ, Pete Anglesey in the 66, and Ken Nell in the 22 car. As we get set to go for heat 2 of the classic stock cars. Lights are out, bat ready to go green. So here we go. Green flag at the ready. And there we go. Green flag and underway we go. It is the 8 car Ken Squire who's going to lead us through from the 3 of Darren Goulding, 32 of Rob Anglesey, 22 of Ken Nell, 66 of Pete Anglesey as they work their way down the back they go. Darren Goulding gets a bit of a sandwich going as they work their way through. But it is still the 8 car of Ken Squire leading at the moment from the 22 of Ken Nell, 96 of Wayne Russ, the 32 of Rob Anglesey, Pete Anglesey and Darren Goulding as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. Into 3 and 4 they go. It's still Ken Squire from Ken Nell. Then we go back to Wayne Russ sitting there in third as they pass us here at the tower now. Still Wayne Russ in third. Ken Squire is about to get passed by the 22 of Ken Nell as they fire down the back they go now. Looks like he's trying to fire through. Oh, Ken Squire goes a bit wide. Might open the door for Ken Nell to come through and does. So that opens the door as Ken Nell goes through from Ken Squire. Go back to the 96 of Wayne Russ. Then Pete Anglesey. And we go back to Rob Anglesey in the 32 and Darren Goulding as it looks like still Ken Nell leading the charge from Ken Squire. Then we go back to Wayne Russ as they pass us here at the tower. Completes another lap. So they don't run transponders, so we're doing it a bit blind as they work their way through. It is still Ken Nell leading from Ken Squire. Here we go, coming under pressure now from Wayne Russ. Wayne Russ just goes underneath him as they work their way through. Passes here at the tower now. Completes another lap as they work their way past us here. Completes another lap. And it is still going to be Ken Nell leading from Wayne Russ. Ken Squire has a brush with the wall. And then it's Pete Anglesey as they work their way through. Still Ken Nell leading. As they work their way through. So here goes Ken Nell. Passes here at the tower. Going to complete another lap. White flag won't be too far away. Wayne Russ, Darren Goulding go through. But it is Ken Nell who's coming through now. White flag is out. 1 to go for Ken Nell in the 22 car. Then we go back to Wayne Russ. Then it looks like it is going to be the 3 of Darren Goulding, Ken Squire go through. So here we go. Race win is going to go the way of the 22 of Ken Nell. We'll take our heat 2 of the vintage stock cars from Rob Anglesey. Wayne Russ as the rest of the field come through. Rightio. In my hot little hand, I have official points after 2 heats of the South Island Superstock title race, fans. And it is absolutely close. It is nothing in it between everyone that races So we'll get the victory lap. Ken Nell with the race win. Oh, this is absolutely nothing in it going into this last heat. This is still anyone's game when it comes to the South Island title. Oh, this is going to go either way. We're in for one awesome heat number 3. Just looking at the points. We'll get Ken Nell's victory lap. There you go, put your hands together. 22 of Ken Nell taking out. Heat 2 of the vintage stock cars. Rightio. Official points after 2 heats of the South Island Superstock title. We have Alex Hill, the 95N, and the 14C of James Spain tied on 78 points each. So we've got a tie for 78 points between Alex Hill and James Spain. They are first equal going into that last heat. Oliver Sutton sits there in third on 73. Go back to Jay Holcomb on 72. Blake Hearn on 69. Then we go back to Kaylin Keefe and Shane Harwood tied on 67. Riley Evans on 66. Ian Clayworth on 61. Then we go back to Alan Officer on 60. Troy Curry's on 59. Happy Paul's on 58. Mick Eden on 53. Troy Prendergast on 52. Ben Taylor on 50. Dakota Irwin on 48. Robin Wilson on 40. Michael Oakley on 37. Peter Field on 36. And Brett Nichols on 27. That is how they go into the third and final heat of the South Island Superstock title. Absolutely nothing in it. And of course, the most amount of points you can get is 26 points up for grabs. That is the maximum points you can get going into that last heat. So boy, this is going to be all on. Absolutely awesome. Oh, I can't wait for this last heat. Bring it on, because I think we're in for one entertaining heat. So here we go, stock cars lining up. Ready to go. Oh boy. So here we go, stock cars lining up. Looks like we've lost, we have lost Jacob Lufras out with the night for some mechanical issues. Hopefully we'll see him back for the end of the season. I think it's his last race before we get into the harvest season. But here we go, about to go racing, heat 2 of the stock cars. And we are racing. Away we go now. Let's see what unfolds in this one as they work their way through it. As Charlie Booney leads them as they work their way down the back. They go, Kyan Boniface. He's coming under a bit of attack tonight. He's had a few spins and a bit of attention his way. And he'll try and get fired up and carried on. But it is Charlie Boone leading the charge from Toby Walker. We go back to Brad Rosewarn. 21 to Chris McKendrick. Then we go back to Jackson Hoytis in the 10C car. Morgan Robinson as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. Still Charlie Boone. Still leads at the moment from Kerry Walker. We go back to Brad Rosewarn. Then we go back to Chris McKendrick. Jackson Hoytis goes through as well. We got a bit of a pile up there. Jackson Hoytis just gives 19 a Walker a serve, and Chris McKendrick as they fire up. So here we go, Kyan Boniface gets fired up. So Jackson Hoytis in a bit of a mood tonight to use the bumper as they work their way through. So here we go, it's still Charlie Boone leading as Hoytis fires through. Down the back they go now. Here we go, it's Chris McKendrick going to serve him into the wall, gives him a wee push out the way. Just lets him know that, hey, I'm here. As Charlie Boone still with the race lead from Brad Rosewarn. Looks like third is still going to be the way of the 19 to Kerry Walker. We go back to Jackson Hoytis, Chris McKendrick as they fire through now. So here we go. We're going to see a wee battle unfold between those two. Oh, McKendrick just goes along the wall. Sparks are flying as they work their way through. Here we go. Gives him a wee push for his troubles. Oh, spins him up. So straight away, Jackson Hoyt is still want to use that bumper as they work their way through. Here we go. Brad Rosewarne and Charlie Boone having a tussle at the moment as they work their way through. Now, down the back they go now as Chris McKendrick. He's slowed down. Is he pulling into the infield? Is he lying in wait for someone? No, he's pulling into the infielders. Oh, Charlie Boone spins himself up in the race lead. So as they work their way through now, it is still going to be Brad Rosewarne who leads it from Charlie Boone. Kerry Walker will still hold on to that third spot as they fire through lap 7. So white flag not too far away as they work their way through. But it is Brad Rosewarne who leads it, still from Charlie Boone. Charlie Boone in second. We have that to Kerry Walker. White flag out already for the 59. Rosewarne, he comes round. He's going to complete another lap. And white flag is out. Here we go, white flag for Brad Rosewarne. And it's going to be Charlie Boone. Oh, he's going to get past the 10 of Hoytis. Hoytis going to try and line him up, is he? No. Going to let him go. Or he's going to put the hammer down. Don't think he'll have enough. But it is going to be a race win. It's going to go the way of Brad Rosewarne in the 59 car. Second place is going to go the way of Charlie Boone. And then it looks like it will be Kerry Walker. So there we go, Kerry Walker comes through Morgan Robinson. And that. So there we go, heat 2 of the stock cars. Done and dusted. Brad Rosewarne winning. So awesome racing from our stock cars. So we'll pick up Brad Rosewarne with the victory lap. And he picks up the race win. That's Brad Rosewarne. Radio Heat 3 of the Youth Mini Stocks. As we get set for the final round of action, as we're getting ever so close to the Heat 3 of the Superstocks. This is so close. I don't think I've ever seen the South Island title this close before. So, Brad Rosewarne taking the race win. Mini Stocks coming out. Just sort of looking who's a bit of an outsider and who needs a bit of, who's probably going to cause spoiler.
Double coin tyres at Mag & Turbo from just $89. Everyday tyres for everyday use on small to medium cars from just $89 per tyre, fitted, balanced and ready to drive away. Plus remember, all Mag & Turbo customers receive free puncture repairs and free rotation and balancing every 10,000 Ks for the lifetime of their tyres. So for the very best deals in town on everyday double coin tyres, backed up with the best after sales service around, get down to the number 1 Mag & Turbo Tyre and Service Centre.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Okay, so I have just been given word that the points going into the last heat are wrong. Apparently someone's transponder isn't picking up. So we'll have to redo the points. So we can tell you, scrap what I said about that. I do apologise, but I've just been given word. So there was a car missing, someone's transponder's not picking up, so we do apologise for that, but hopefully we'll get official word on it soon.
We're probably going to go lights out this time round.
So here we go, lights are out.
No bumper action and keeping it nice and clean.
For youth mini stocks, ready to go. So scrap what I said about the super stock points.
Driver's lights are
We
out.
will,
Wait for the green. Wait for the
so
green.
we'll get that
26, get back in line with
official
24
points
please.
for you. Apparently there was a car missing, so hopefully we'll get that sorted before the third heat. But here we go, heat 3 of the youth mini stocks. About to go racing. And so go back.
Yellow. 26E, you need to be in line with 24E as
Apparently,
you are not
there we go, one of them
court.
wasn't quite in proper formation. So one of them was in the wrong formation. So there we go, looks like we're happy.
26E,
Looks like he was trying to make the gap, so you were missing Hayden McKendrick, who had that wee roll over in heat number 2. So here we go, heat 3 of the youth mini stocks, liquid action youth mini stocks.
In court, you set the pace.
About to go racing. Here we go, heat 3 of the youth mini stocks. Green flag at the ready. And we are racing. So away they go. And it looks like it is going to be the battle between Stratford and Higgins as they work their way through. They pile through William Daniel into the back of the 97 of Kobe Paris as they fire down the back now. And it is still Bella Stratford going to lead from Court Higgins. We go back to Scarlet Gray. Then we go back to Amy Walker as they work their way through. So it's Bella Stratford from Court Higgins. Go back to Scarlet Gray. Then we go back to Amy Walker, Kobe Paris as they work their way down the back they go now. And it is still going to be Bella Stratford still leads from Scarlet Gray, Court Higgins. Then we go back to Amy Walker and Kobe Paris having a good tussle out there at the moment. Still Stratford from Scarlet Gray. Then we go back to Amy Walker, Court Higgins as the battle intensifies out there for these young 12 to 16 year olds. Down the back they go now. And it is Bella Stratford still leading. Scarlet Gray sitting here in second. Court Higgins in third from Amy Walker. We go back to Kobe Paris, but it is Bella Stratford still in control. Scarlet Gray and Court Higgins. Amy Walker, Kobe Paris as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. Still Bella Stratford leading as they work their way through. No passes out the tower, complete another lap. So it's Bella Stratford. Scarlet Gray closing in now, right on the back bumper. Oh, Bella Stratford from Court Higgins. They work their way. Down the back they go now. Here we go, Scarlet Gray has a wee look on the inside of Bella Stratford. Nothing doing there. Backs out of it, but that could open the door for Court Higgins to come through. Here we go. Battles on now, first, second and third. Still not decided yet as they work their way through. We're on lap 5 of 10, so 5 to go as they battle it out. Down the back they go now. Still Bella Stratford leading. Then we go back to Scarlet Gray, Court Higgins, trying to find a way around as they work their way through. It is Bella Stratford. Still though, Scarlet Gray, Court Higgins, Kobe Paris, Amy Walker as they fire through now. Down the back they go. It is still going to be Bella Stratford leading. From Scarlet Gray, we go back to Court Higgins. Amy Walker trying to go around the outside of Kobe Paris. Won't be too far away from the white, only a couple laps away as they all fire through. So down the back they go now. It is still Bella Stratford from Scarlet Gray. We go back to Court Higgins, Kobe Paris. Then it looks like Amy Walker. Here we go. White flag will come out next time round. as they work their way through. Down the back straight they go now. They'll get the white when they come past us here as Bella Stratford got to get past the 24, Jared Island. Does it nicely as the white flag comes out for the 89 of Bella Stratford. We go back to the 16 of Scarlet Grade, 79 of Court Higgins, Kobe Paris, Amy Walker as they fire through. But here we go. Fire into turns 3 and 4 now. And it is going to be the race win. It's going to go the way of Bella Stratford. But here we go. Battle for second going to go on, and it's going to be Court Higgins who wins that battle from Scarlet Grey. Kobe Paris, Amy Walker, Tate Carpenter goes through. And William Daniel as well.
Yellow, race complete. Well done, guys.
So there we go. Heat number 3, last race of the night for youth mini stocks. So there we go, great racing from them. And here we go, race winner, the 89 of Bella Stratford. Put your hands together for her. Taking out 2 race wins tonight for her. Rightio, next up it will be Heat 3 of the production rear-wheel drive Tri-Series. Of course, this awesome series put together. Of course, Ashburton next weekend. 22nd of March in Greymouth. Of course, remember front and rear best pairs as well. And we do have to thank series sponsors, Calmore Engineering Ashburton, Port Hills Truck Centre Christchurch, and Do Duck and Bakery for sponsoring the rear-wheel drive South Island Tri-Series. So there we go, they'll come out shortly. Still awaiting unofficial word on those points for Heat 2. I did, after 2 heats of the Superstocks, did read them out, but I had been told that they were wrong. Apparently someone's car, one of the cars, their transmitters wasn't responding, wasn't registering, so they'll have to go back and just make sure there's a correction there. So hopefully we shouldn't have too much of a delay with that one. Maybe a slight delay to Heat 3 while we sort that out. We'll wait and see. But it is Heat 3 of the rear-wheel drive for Production Saloons, Heat number 3. They do have a feature race to come a little bit later on. The wagon wheel racing feature for Productions a little bit later on to see a few races time after this one. So we'll get them lined up, ready to go. And then we shouldn't be hopefully try and get official word on what's happening with Superstocks. But here we go. Matthew Cox, James Westerman off the front. Sam Martin, the 27 of Tom Anderson. Dave Filius in there as well. 72 auto 8 from Greymouth, Liam Gray. As our official results from stock cars coming up. I don't think they're running for anything tonight. But here we go. Heat 3 of the rear-wheel drive for Tri-Series 4 Production Saloons. About to get underway again for Heat 3. Feature to come a little bit later on. As the lights are out, about to go racing. And green flag at the ready, and we are racing. And away they go, and it's James Westerman who's going to lead us into turns 3 and 4. Here we go, almost going 3 wide, going into turns 1 and 2. Oh, one of them gets a bit squared up. That's the 27 all the way from Greymouth, Tom Anderson. But Sam Martin's managed to find his way in front from James Westerman as they fire into turns 1 and 2 now. But it is Sam Martin from James Westerman. We go back to Matthew Cox, Dave Filius in there as well. Then we go back to the 72 of Liam Gray, John O'Webb in there as well, the 27 of Tom Anderson. But it is Sam Martin leading at the moment from James Westerman. Then we go back to Matthew Cox, Then we go back to Dave Pilius as well. But it is Sam Martin from James Westerman. Dave Pilius and Matthew Cox, two Christchurch clubmates battling it out. But here we go to 72 of Liam Gray and John O'Webb want to get on the act as well as they work their way down the back. They go now. Into 3 and 4 they go, coming off the turn. It's still Sam Martin who leads it at the moment from James Westerman. Here we go back to Dave Pilius. Then it looks like Matthew Cox and the 72 of Liam Gray having a good tussle there. John O'Webb as well as they fire it down the back now. Oh, John O'Webb scrapes the wall going down the back. Back straight away as they work their way through. It is still Sam Martin leading the charge at the moment from James Westerman. Go back to Dave Pilius. And then the 72 Liam Gray. Then we go back to Matthew Cox. Then John O'Webb as they all fire through. Down the back they go now. It is still Sam Martin who's opened up quite a healthy lead on the rest of the field as they work their way through. Then we go back to James Westerman. Then it looks like we're going to go back to the 72 of Gray and Dave Pilius having a tussle there. Cox and Webb still having a battle as they work their way through. Oh, Cox gives Dave Pilius a wee bit of tap for his troubles as they work their way through. But it is Sam Martin still leading from James Westerman. Then we go back to Liam Gray. Then we go back to Dave Pilius, John O'Webb, Matthew Cox. They all fire through. Oh no, Matthew Cox picks up John O'Webb, spins him around, and that's going to be yellow. And, well, Matthew Cox might be in a little bit of strife after that one. We'll wait and see what the officials have to say about that. We're on lap 6 of 5. So a few more laps to go. White still on yellow.
72 GM, 86C, 67E, 188C.
So just still trying to work out who sits where. Rightio, so 66. So he's deemed the cause of the incident. He'll go to the back. He'll go to the back of the field. Just trying to work out where everyone sits going into this one. Of course, street stocks to come. And hopefully heat 3 of the Superstocks have we got all the points sorted out. Rightio, lights are out. About to go racing again for heat 3 of the production. Rear wheel drive tri-series round number 1. Green flag at the ready will be Sam Martin from James Westerman. Go back to Liam Gray. Dave Pilius, John O'Webb. About to go racing. Racing we go. And straight away it will be Sam Martin who gets the jump from James Westerman. Then it looks like it is going to be the 72 of Liam Gray, although coming around the outside is John O'Webb. Oh, he almost had a room there. It was almost gliding with the wall, teasing the wall as he works his way down the back, but out in front it is Sam Martin from James Westerman. Then we go back to Liam Gray. Then it's going to be Dave Pilius and John O'Webb as they work their way through. Although here comes Liam Gray. Maybe we look on the inside. Oh, James Westerman as they work their way through. So they go into turns 3 and 4 now. They come off the turn and it's still Sam Martin leading. James Westerman in second. And we go back to Liam Gray. We go back to John O'Webb, Dave Pilius, then Greg Rooney as they work their way through. Down the back they go again. White flag at the ready for Sam Martin, but here we go, Liam Gray and James Westerman having a tussle at the moment as they work their way through. White flag out, 1 to go for Sam Martin, James Westerman and Liam Gray. Battle for second and third, not done yet as they work their way through. Down the back they go now, and they're going to come off the turn. And here we go, oh, Westerman's gone wide. opens the door for Liam Gray to come through, maybe Jono Webb as well. Race win's going to go to Sam Martin. Second's going to go to Liam Gray, James Westerman in third, Jono Webb, Dave Pilius. Then we go back to Greg Rooney, Matthew Cox, Keith Martin and DNF for Tom Anderson. That is how they finish in Heat 3 of the rear-wheel drive Tri-Series for Production Saloons. Feature to come a little bit later on. But great racing from our Production Saloons. As we get set for some street stocks. And then hopefully Heat 3 of the South Island title. Just awaiting on confirmation of official points for that one. So just making sure everything is official. Flat tyre for the 27 GM. There is Sam Martin taking the race win. We'll try and get a official word on if the referees are happy with everything. And we should hopefully get the making sure everything's official, of course, being the South Island title. We're going to make sure everything is above board. Can just quickly while we line up these street stocks. Didn't even register on the official results. So that's what is we issue there with Brett Nichols' transponder not registering. But anyway, we're going to proceed with Heat 3 of the street stocks. Just the 5 of them. So let's see what can unfold in this one as they work their way through. It is Cody McCarrison who's going to lead it from the 621 of Graham Johnson. Go back to Jared Blanchard, the 4 of Fox. Then it looks like the 821 of Briggs. They work their way through. But it is Cody McCarrison leading at the moment from the 621 of Johnson. Go back to Jared Blanchard. Might come under a bit of attack from the 4 car of Fox. They work their way through. Gets a spin. Gets a tap. Gets a spin around. And that's going to drop him back as they work their way through. So it's Cody McCarrison still leading at the moment from the 621 of Graham Johnson as they fire through 4 of Fox. That's what's written down on my sheet of paper as they work their way through. So Cody McCarrison, be happy to get the car dialed in for teams racing next weekend in Christchurch. Had a bit of a whoopsie in Nelson last weekend with a rollover, making sure the car's got no demons. So here we go, 821 just bouncing past us here as they work their way through. But it is Cody McCarrison who leads it from Graham Johnson. 4 car of Fox goes through. Then we go back to the 821 of Briggs. And then Jared Blanchard goes through as well. So the 4 car of Fox has slowed down here. So maybe line and wait for someone. Wait and see what unfolds as they work their way through. Oh, here we go. Oh, Briggs, nearly tips it over. Just about gives Blanchard the spin. And just about in the process, just about tips it over. Lucky to be still on his wheels. That was a big wind-up as they work their way through. As Cody McCarrison still goes through. 4 car of Fox probably slowed down, waiting for a couple of these Blenheim ones to come through. As here we go, they are wise to it. Graham Johnson slows down. He knows that's probably who he is waiting for as they work their way through. Gonna give him the spin. Oh, gotta be careful doing that. That was almost awfully close to being on the infield as Briggs gives Blanchard the spin. And they're gonna go red. and I'm not too sure why they're going red for. Officials are looking at something.
15E to the infield.
15 potentially, maybe with a flat tyre. Yeah, got a flat tyre, flat outside tyre, so that's his race done. So just waiting on see what's happening there. So here we go, about to get a restart. Go green. And here we go, there's Cody McCarrison who leads us through. A couple laps left to run for him as we start to build up to the third and final heat of the South Island Superstocks. But it is Cody McCarrison who's going to get the white flag. Oh, here we go. Someone's getting chased. Oh, here we go, 15. It's near the wall. That's the 4 car. Saw it. And looks like is that the 821 of Bailey Briggs. Well, the 4 car was chasing him hard. So we'll bring him in. Oh, gee whiz, that 4 car could have been in a little bit of... So here we go. About to go racing. And green we go. Last lap. It is going to be a race win to Cody McCarrison as the 4 car wants to have the final say. Oh, but Fox, he wants to have a final say in this one as these two gonna just go over the line nice and gently as they work their way through. Oh, gives him a spin again. And there we go, race done. Race is done, street stocks done and dusted. Rightio race fans, this is the one that we're waiting for. The third and final heat of the South Island Superstock title. This is gonna go 2 ways. This could be absolute chaos and carnage. I'm predicting it could be chaos and carnage. I haven't had a collection of the points. I'm just going off what I've got. I have been told it's wrong. I don't think there'll be too many changes though. Only thing I can say is say Brett Nichols of that DNF and DNS. So, but other than that, I think the battle is going to be between James Fain and Alex Hill. Who's going to protect who? Who's going to be the one as Cody McCarrison takes the race win? Who's going to go block and play, try and help Alex home? And who's going to help James Fain home? That's the big one to look at. How's this third and final heat going to unfold? We'll wait and see what transpires in this one. We saw last month in Nelson one of the great final heats of the New Zealand title, one of the best heats that will go down in history. I've seen a couple of South Island title races, South Island titles a couple of years ago in Nelson. Alex Hill won. That was one of the great third and final heats what is about to unfold in Heat 3 of the South Island Superstocks. We're about to find out because here they come. Heat 3 out on track now. Alex Hill and James Fain, that is the one to watch. Likes of Holcomb, Sutton, Hearn and Keith maybe. Harwood could sneak in somewhere. He got the ones down on points. Watch the likes of Troy Curry. Is he going to help Fain home? Brett Nichols, well, we know what he can do. He did it in Nelson in New Zealand. Harwood started to come under attack and he sacrificed his New Zealand title to help Harwood home. So here we go. About to line them up. We're going to give them another lap. Looks like Harwood will get off the front. Looks like Alex Hill is going to be near the back, along with Fain. Radio race fans have seen them do 2 extraordinary heats. This is the heat number 3. And before we start, we do ask, just step back from the fence, race fans. There is a South Island title at stake. And it is all on the line in this one. But put your hands together for these warriors of the Oval. These boys and these men, they put their bodies, their cars on the line to help to win a South Island title. Who's it going to be after this one? You don't necessarily need to win the race. You just need to try and finish. That's what Hill and Fain will be looking at doing. Who's going to play block? Who's going to play spoiler? Who's going to help decide who wins this and who doesn't? Oh, I love this about Superstock racing. This is why we do it. This is why we watch the 3NZ off the front along with Caelan Keefe. The 16 of Dakota Chicoine, well, he can use his bumper. Did it at the GP, had a swipe at the 1NZ at the time of Asher Reeves. Is he going to play block tonight? Wait and see. Look for the likes of the 919 of Troy Curry as well. He has a habit of deciding who wins races. Fain's near the back along with Hill. This is going to be an absolute fight to the finish. This is going to be still, anyways, it's the last few cars. Get locked and loaded. Strap yourselves in, race fans. This is it. Heat 3 of the South Island Superstock title. Get ready, the rumble, you can hear it. Here we go, clerk of the course, making sure that the last few cars are lined up where they should be. Everything is fair. Everyone lined up, ready. Here we go, making sure everyone's bumper to bumper. Once the clerk of the course is happy, we're in the starter's hands. So here we go. Clerk of the course going through the last cars. He's ready. He's happy. Here we go, race fans. Get ready for this. Strap yourselves in. Let the carnage unfold. Heat 3, South Island Superstock title. We're underway and racing. And here we go. James Fain trying to make his way through. Blake Hearn already beside. Oh, Fain's getting held up. So there we go. Ben Taylor holding up James Fain. Blake Hearn straight away. Said, come with me, Hill. I'm going to protect you as they work their way through. What's going to happen? Here we go. Here we go. Nichols has it going. Hill and Fain. Fain's been spun around as they work their way through. So straight away, Brett Nichols having a say in this one as they work their way through. McKenna gets spun up. Alex Hill letting run at the moment. James Fain with a bit of work to do as they work their way through. Here we go. Who's going to protect? It looks like Brett Nichols is going to go and protect Alex Hill as they work their way through. as they fire in now. Watch the lights of Troy Curry. Brett Nichols go through, Shane Harwood leading. Caelan Keefe from Riley Evans. Just looking, here we go, one's at the wall. Claywin from Prendergast coming together. As here we go, Shane Harwood, Caelan Keefe, Riley Evans. Claywin carries on as they work their way through. Where's Alex Hill? Alex Hill's sitting in 9th at the moment inside the top 10. Possibly good enough to win it at the moment as they work their way through. It's still Harwood leading now from Caelan Keefe. We go back to Riley Evans. Then we go back to Huggies Holcomb. Dakota Secoin in there as well. Alex Hill and Blake Hearn going side by side. Blake Hearn probably saying, come with me. I'm going to play block at the moment as they work their way through. James Fain with a hell of a lot of work to do. He's in 13th, Hill at 9. As they work their way through now. Shane Harwood still in control of this one. As they work their way through. Now as they come down the back, oh, we got a couple on the wall. James Fain's in the wall. Mick Eden's held him up. As they work their way through, can Fain get out of it? Baines held up. This is Hills to win now as they work their way through. Baines carrying on. There goes the blockers. It's a tag of Eden as they work their way through. Oh, Harwood's got to get through the traffic now as they work their way through. This is unbelievable stuff in Eastern Superstocks. They work their way through. It's still Harwood though leading at the moment as they work their way through from Riley Evans. Jay Holman's up there in third. Is anyone going to stop him? He was up there on points as they work their way through. James Fain's rolled down now as he got held up as they work their way through. It's still Harwood and Evans battling it out at the moment. Huggies Holcomb, no one's touching him. Oh, here we go, Brett Nichols holding up a few, trying to help clear the path for Hill to go through as they work their way through lap 8 of 12. Oh, this is absolutely awesome stuff in E3 as Riley Evans takes the race lead. There we go, Brett Nichols though. Now what's he going to do? Is he going to say, come with me, Harwood, I'm going to hold you up as someone gets spun around. That's Claywin as they work their way through now. Now trying to pick up the leaders as they come through the dust settles. Here we go. Nichols has a go at Dakota. Puts him into the wall. Pushes him out the way. Knows how big of a threat Dakota could be as they work their way through. Here we go. He gets Evans. He holds him up. He puts him in. That's how it go through. Oh, Brett Nichols. This is one heck of a block job from him. He's trying to get his Nelsonians through. This is Brett Nichols at his very best. The white flag is out. Here we go. Where's Hill? Hill goes through. Hopham's in second. Hill is in 8th. Let's see what unfolds in there. Here we go. The white chicken flag's coming out. Race win goes the way of Shane Harwood. Huggies Hopham in second. How's that going to go when they come through? Hill comes through. He's in 9th place. Oh boy, we'll try and work that out for you. But I got a feeling it could be between Huggies Holcomb and Alex Hill. I'll try and do some quick math if I can. Get the calculators out. Just trying to look. As they work their way through, Shane Harwood, absolute awesome stuff from him. But where is Brett Nichols? Nelson, stand up for him because he was absolutely immaculate in that one. He absolutely did the block on the rest of the pack. Now we've got to figure out who the top 5 is. Just trying to figure out where Hill finished. He finished in 8th. So just trying to figure out how the points will go in that one for him.
Oh, where's he going?
So now, I gotta say this is totally unofficial. Just done a little bit of math It looks like Huggies Holpham might have just done enough, because my calculation, I have Huggies Holpham on 98 and Alex Hill on 97. Now this is so unofficial, folks, so don't mind me. So at the moment I've got unofficially Jay Huggies Holpham with the South Island title win, Alex Hill in second. That is at the moment unofficial, folks. So totally unofficial, as we got to try and pick up who is the top three in this one. Top five, I think. So what's going to happen now is the top five, or top six, I think, top five, have got to get picked out. They've got to go through the weighbridge. They've got to go get checked. They've got to go through the scrutineering pad and go through the tech inspection, and he will be able to officially crown a South Island champion. But my calculation, and unofficially, have Jay Huggies Holpham as your new South Island champion. Alex Hill in second on 97. That is unofficial. We'll get official points and official tallies before the end of the night. But what a race fans. How good was it? The South Island Superstock title. There is still another race for them at the end of the night, the Flying Farewell feature for anyone who wants to come out and have a race. But boy, oh boy, put your hands together for him. That was unbelievable.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premises had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
We've got our productions coming out. We are front wheel drive cars coming out for their third and final heat of the night. So going to wind down tonight. Another big night of racing, as it is the South Island titles, as we try and figure out who sits where. Who's going to sit where and who's doing what. So here we go, about to go racing.
Lights are out, drivers, lights are out. Watch for the lights, please. Yes, because
So here we go, lights out for front wheel drive. Racing. For heat free for them. About to go racing. And racing we go for front wheel drive. Heat free of the productions underway. And it is Frank Burns who's going to lead us through, but here comes Dave Allen trying to go around the outside of the rest of the field, but it is Frank Burns leading the charge at the moment as they work their way through. So it is Frank Burns leading at the moment as they fire through. So it is Frank Burns from Dave Allen. Then we go back to Daniel Ham. As they fire down the back there, here we go, battles on. Frank Burns still in control. Dave Allen, Daniel Ham battling it for third at the moment as they work their way through. Now as they fire through, it is Frank Burns from Dave Allen, Daniel Ham, Paul Addock, Richard Ross, Phil Taylor, but it is Frank Burns, Dave Allen, Daniel Ham as they work their way through. Paul Addock. Oh, something's gone astray there. They've come together almost, and that's unloaded everybody. That's allowed the 35 of Daniel Ham to go through and take the race win. And take the race lead, I should say, as Frank Burns fires it into the infield. Paul Addock sitting there in second. Dave Allen in third spot as they work their way through. Now as they work their way past us here at the tower. There's still Daniel Ham, Paul Addock at the moment leading as they work their way through. So it's still Daniel Ham, Paul Addock, Dave Allen at the moment leading the charge as they pass us here at the tower. So it's still Daniel Ham, Paul Addock leading at the moment. As Daniel Ham and Paul Addock, Dave Allen. So here we go. They work their way through. It is still Daniel Ham leading from Paul Addock. So white flag's out, one to go for Daniel Ham, and the race win is going to go the way of Daniel Ham from Paul Addock. Then it'll be Dave Allen, Richard Ross, and the rest of the field come through. So
That's the yellow drivers, that's the yellow, thank you.
some awesome racing from our production saloons. Our flat tyre for Frank Burns. William out of this one. Historics coming out shortly. But we'll see what happens as we get set for, say, Historics coming out shortly. Say, race win goes to Daniel Ham. Still awaiting, of course, official results and points from the Superstocks. Shouldn't be too far away while they get through all the tech stuff and everything. Few messages saying what's happening around the traps. Plenty of action. So we'll wait and see. We are waiting official word on what's happening with our Superstocks. A lot going on in terms of points and tech stuff and everything. But our Historic's about to come out. Last race of the night, we'll get into our stock cars and then our wagon wheel racing feature for Rear Wheel Drive Productions. And if there's any super stocks wanting to come out, they'll come out and do a flying farewell feature. However, that could all change depending on results and everything happening with the South Islands. So wait and see. What is to transpire, but it is Historics. As we try and work everything out, but here we go, Historics. Last race of the night for them, last couple of races coming up. And racing we go for Historic stock cars underway, and it is Ken Squire who's going to lead them off from the 8. Oh, Darren Goulding. We go back to the 32 of Rob Anglesey. 96, Wayne Russ, Pete Anglesey. 22, Ken Nell, as they fire through. But it is out in front. It is the 8 car of Ken Squire. Darren Goulding, Wayne Russ, Rob Anglesey, Pete Anglesey, Ken Nell as they fire through. So down the back they go now. Oh, Ken Nell, he's come to a bit of a stop. Something's gone wrong in the car or something. Just slowed right down on the back straight, trying to get fired up again. But it is Ken Squire leading at the moment from 96 of Wayne Russ. And we go back to Darren Goulding, Rob Anglesey, Pete Anglesey, Ken Nell fired up again as they work their way through. So they pass us at the tower now, complete another lap. 96, Wayne Russ sitting there in second spot. Go back to Darren Goulding. Go back to Pete Anglesey, Rob Anglesey, 22 of Ken Nell. As something's not right with that car. It's coming to a bit of a slow stop, so might just try and get it fired up again. But Ken Squire leading at the moment from Wayne Russ. Although here we go, Wayne Russ about to make the pass, gives him a little tap pass for his trouble. Darren Goulding, Pete Anglesey, Rob Anglesey. Then we go back to Ken Nell, who's got that car fired up again as they work their way through. They pass us here at the tower, complete another lap as they fire past us here. So work their way through, but it is still Wayne Russ leading at the moment from Ken Squire as they pass us here at the tower now, complete another lap. Back to Darren Goulding. Then we go back to Pete Anglesey. As they fire through. Now we go 3 wide going into turns 3 and 4. This could end bad if they're not careful. They get out of it nicely as they work their way through. Here we go. Wayne Russ completes another lap as they work their way through. White flag at the ready. As they work their way past us here at the tower. Now they work their way through, and the white flag will come out for the 96 of Wayne Russ. Pick up the white flag from the free of Darren Goulding. And here we go back to Rob Anglesey as they fire through. Oh, Wayne Russ, well, you'll have to let Darren Goulding go. You can only win one race tonight in the Historic stock car, so you can't win too many races. So that does the nice thing and let someone else pass. And Darren Goulding's going to pick up the race win. Or is it Ken Squire? I don't know. Flags come out when a couple of them pass the thing. We'll wait and see. See who the starter's given that to. See if get attention of the starter. See if the starter tell me who got that one. Yellow's out, so there we go. Historic's done and dusted. As some awesome racing from our historic stock cars about to make their way out onto the track. And it will be the wagon wheel racing feature for productions, and then we'll see what's happening with the Superstocks, what's going to happen with them, and who's what they believe is what official word is. There is the 8-car Ken Squire picking up the race win. It will be stock car time. And it's a wagon wheel racing feature for rear wheel drive productions. Potentially the flying farewell for Superstock feature, maybe. Just have to see how everything transpires with an awesome night of racing here at Eastern States Speedway. To say we do it all again on the 8th of March, I believe. That is our next meeting production, 20 Lapper and Open. I believe that is the same weekend as the big battle of the stocks down there in Christchurch. So keep updates on our Facebook page and co. As stock cars make their way out onto the track, and we're going to give them a free wide start here. So lost a couple of cars, so we'll see what transpires as I just see a wee bit of fun being posted on Facebook. The old Superstocks, they were lined up in the grid, on the dummy grid. See the, is it Morgan Dumlow? Good on you, Morgan, posting that. Seeing Shane Harwood and Jay Huggies often play a game of paper, scissors, rock before they come out for the for that final heat. So make sure you jump on to Morgan Dumlow's Facebook page and give her a follow. She does some great stuff. Does a lot of filming around with the Superstocks and that. So give her a like and see as we get ready for some super stock car action. Free wide start. So here we go. Let's see what they do in this one. About to go racing. And we go. Oh, they jumped the start. A few of them a little bit keen to get going. So we'll get them backed up again, back into place. So they don't want to rev it too much. They don't want to burn their clutches out too early. So here we go. About ready to go racing, and green we go racing, and straight away it is Brad Rosewater gets the jump from Charlie Boone. We go back to the 19 of Kerry Walker, and it'll be Kyan Boniface, but it is the 66 of Charlie Boone. He's got to get the spin. Oh, Kerry Walker runs over the top of Charlie Boone as they work their way through. Literally runs over the top of the car. Doesn't look like there's too much damage as Kyan Boniface spins it up on turns 1 and 2. But as they work their way through. They work their way through. It is Brad Rosewarne leading this one from Kerry Walker. Then we go back to Charlie Boone. Then it'll be Morgan Robinson as they fire through. But it is still Brad Rosewarne leading from Kerry Walker. Then we go back to Charlie Boone. And then it will be Morgan Robinson. Then Kyan Boniface. So Rosewarne still leads it. From, oh no, Walker. Kerry Walker, he spun himself up on turns 1 and 2. So that's opened a door for Charlie Boone to come through and take second. So second place will now go to way of Charlie Boone as they work their way through now. It is still Brad Rosewarne leading from Charlie Boone. Kyan Boniface in there as well. Kerry Walker slowing up. Whether or not he's got some mechanicals. Well, he's pulling into the infield, so there he goes, calling it a race. 19 to Kerry Walker as they work their way through. But it is Charlie Boone sitting here in second. It's Brad Rosewarne leading at the moment. Sitting here in first spot. Lap 6, so counting down the laps now as they work their way through. Brad Rosewarne still leads it at the moment. As Kyan Boniface, oh, he spins himself up on turns 1 and 2. So, a few more laps to wind down for our stock cars as they work their way past us here at the tower. But it is going to be Brad Rosewarne at the moment. As the white flag won't be too far away from coming out as they work their way through. Here we go, white flag for Brad Rosewarne. He'll take the white flag as they work their way past us here. Then it's going to be Charlie Boone sitting there in second spot. Morgan Robinson comes through as well, but the race win as Charlie Boone just gives Kyan Boniface a wee bit of a tap for his troubles. But it is Brad Rosewarne who takes the race win. Charlie Boone will come home in second spot. As the rest of the field come through, there we go, stock cars done this time. For our productions, the Wagon Wheel Racing feature. And then we will see what is to go with our super stocks, what's happening. See if we get official results and official points and everything before we end the night. But boy, some absolutely awesome racing as we get set to wind down tonight. A couple of races to go, possibly. Just waiting on word of what's happening, but it is a Wagon Wheel rear wheel drive feature. Wagon Wheel Racing sponsoring this feature for the rear wheel drives. Thank them for sponsoring this, and of course our series sponsors of the rear wheel drive, South Island Tri-Series, Calmore Engineering Ashburton, Port Hills Truck Centre Christchurch, Do Duck and Bakery in Greymouth, sponsoring our Tri-Series for rear wheel drives for productions, and out they come. So they'll make their way out onto the track as we look for official word on what is to go with the super stocks. So we are still awaiting official results to come through. So here we go. Feature time for the Wagon Wheel rear wheel drive feature. About to get underway. Gets 10 laps this one.
Lights out, flag two.
So here we go, lights are out. About ready to go racing with the rear wheel drive, front wheel drive, sorry, wagon wheel, front wheel drive feature tonight for Productions. Green flag at the ready. And we are racing this time round. Here we go, racing. No. Yes, we are racing. Here we go, green flag. And away we go. No, we're going to go yellow for the confusion about what was going on there. A little bit of confusion. Oh, nothing like it. All right, I'll get gridded up again.
Regrid as fast as you can, please. Regrid as fast as you can. We'll go next time round.
Go racing once again. So here we go. Shouldn't be too far away
Charters, lights are out. Do not jump. Wait
from
for the
racing. Lights are out. It's the wagon wheel feature for front wheel drives. Production Saloons. Green flag at the ready. About to go racing. Here we go. Lights are out. And we are racing this time round. And away we go as they fire through. Here we go. 3 wide going into turns 1 and 2. Oh, it's 4 wide. Oh, we go to melee going on. Everyone checking up as they battle their way down the back they go. Who comes out of this one? It looks like it is the 17 of Keith Martin all the way from Greymouth comes out of that one as they work their way through now. So it is going to be Keith Martin from Tom Anderson. Then we go back to Matthew Cox. Jono Webb in there as well. Sam Martin will trying to work his way through the field, but it is Keith Martin leading from Tom Anderson, although Matthew Cox has made his way through from the 66 of Jono Webb as well. As they fire past us here now, it is Keith Martin, Matthew Cox, Jono Webb. Here goes Sam Martin. Fires through into 4th spot. As Jono Webb makes a little mistake. And that's opened the door for Sam Martin to come through. So it is the 17 of Keith Martin from Matthew Cox. Then we go back to Jono Webb. Oh, gives himself half a spin. But it's Keith Martin, Matthew Cox. Here comes Sam Martin as well. Then we go back to Jono Webb. Then we go back to Rodney Good as they work their way through. Down the back they go now. It is still the 17 of Keith Martin leading this one out from Matthew Cox and Sam Martin as they work their way through. They pass us here at the tail. Here we go, Sam Martin. Going to go round the outside of everybody. Going to do one fell swoop as he will. He'll take the race lead. It'll be Sam Martin from Matthew Cox. Then we go back to Keith Martin. Jono Webb in there as well. Then we go back to Rodney Good, James Westerman. But it is Sam Martin leading at the moment from Matthew Cox. Then we go back to Jono Webb. Then it looks like Keith Martin there, Rodney Good, James Westerman. 5 laps to go in this one as they work their way through. So it's Sam Martin at the moment as they fire through. Oh, Dave Phileas has a wee moment. Gets all bouncy going through the infield. As they pass us there, they complete another lap. Lap 6, so the laps counting down now. Sam Martin out in front from Matthew Cox. Then we go back to Jono Webb, Keith Martin. So Rodney Good in here, James Westerman, as they work their way through. But it is Sam Martin leading at the moment from Jono Webb, Matthew Cox in there, Keith Martin, Good, Westerman, and the 72 Liam Gray and Tom Anderson as they fire through now. Oh, contact there, James Westerman gets it to the side of Rodney Good. Rodney Good manages to save it. What a save that was, he nearly put it on the wall, managing to save it. And that's James Westerman's race done, and don't you have to think with the white flag about to come out for Sam Martin as they work their way through. Here we go, white flag out. 1 to go for the wagon wheel, front wheel drive feature for Sam Martin as he fires past us here, Jono Webb. We go back to Matthew Cox, Keith Martin in there as well. But here we go. Coming off the turn now. Checkered flag is out. And race winner's going to go to Sam Martin from Jono Webb. Then we go back to Matthew Cox. Then it's going to go back to, looks like Keith Martin, Liam Gray, Tom Anderson, and Dave Filius. That is how they finish in the front wheel drive wagon wheel racing feature. Just trying to get official word on what is happening with the Superstocks. So do bear with us. We are just waiting on to see where everything is. Officials working everything out. So we still haven't had any official results from the Heat 3 of the Superstocks or any official points. So certainly things to work out there. So they put your hands together for the Rag and Wheel race feature winner. It is, of course, Sam Martin. Rightio, just waiting a official word from our officials. Just trying to figure out what is going on. There's all sorts of talking happening, radio's going, everything. So do bear with us. Might be a potential runoff yet for the South Island title. We'll wait and see. So still waiting on those official results from Heat 3 and official points and everything. So do bear with us for a minute or two while we just try and check everything out and get official word on everything.
Hey, I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Jace.
And we are Sign Solutions.
Situated at 61 Preston Street in Invercargill, we can meet all your signage needs.
At Mag & Turbo Christchurch, we are New Zealand's largest Cooper tyres dealer. Made and tested in America at Cooper's purpose-built test facility, Cooper tyres are one of the best brands in the world for both their on and off-road capabilities. We have Cooper tyres in stock to fit all small to large four-wheel drives and constantly see customers getting up to 100,000 kilometres mileage from them. So if you want the highest quality of tyres for your vehicle, backed up with the best after-sales service around, get down to the number 1 Mag & Turbo Tyre and Service Centre.
Jay Huggies Holpham and Alex Hill are your joint South Island champions. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, watching at home and here at the track. And we'll see you at the next meeting on behalf of everybody here at Eastern States Speedway. Good night.